Hello! Welcome to this week. Oh my gosh, of Adventurers Archive, a channel where a bunch of friends play D&D. Woohoo!
We are friends.
Woohoo! We are friends, and we do play D&D sometimes. No super huge announcements tonight. I do have to apologize. The character cards you see tonight, like, kind of go right under me. I roll throughout the video, aren't going to be updated. They did gain level 4. But just like I forgot last Thursday to level them up, I kind of forgot to go in and change their cards, because now we just found out what they're leveled up to right before session tonight. You can find that video somewhere else. We'll try and link it somewhere.
Link it on our Patreon.
Or right
the link's
here.
Right here. Actually,
I don't know if it'll be on the Patreon.
No, it's right here.
But
it's gonna be on. Oh, it's right there.
It's right in front of my face.
No, Jack, catch.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's gonna be somewhere on the screen, and Blake's gonna do that for us. So
Thanks, Blake.
Cool.
He's our animator / graphics guy.
Like, I'll let you do the one that goes.
I think that's all I had to cover. So whoever has the question for tonight, want to take it away.
Literally nobody had a question ready for you.
Nobody's got a
All right.
Nobody's got a
Only
question.
answers, no questions.
Only answers. Okay.
Question.
Okay, Connor, what is your answer?
42.
42. John, Matt, what's your answer?
You stole mine.
If you're not first, you're last.
What?
What's
I
your
actually
answer?
have to still answer?
What's your answer?
Yeah, just make one up now at this point. If Connor stole yours.
Tongue punch.
Tongue punch. Okay, bringing that back.
Zebras.
Zebras.
Good.
Okay.
I'd pick the first baby, not the second.
Very smart. That's good. The birthright.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It is my birthright.
50 Shades of Grey.
that's a good one.
Okay.
Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury.
I'm wondering what the question
Ooh,
was.
this puts me in a tough position now. We're gonna do Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, no, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
answer. Good
Yeah.
answer.
I get it.
Just so happens
Best answer
in
of all
episode 5, everybody died, just kind of like they do in Empire Strikes Back.
Can I revise my answer?
Wait, spoilers, I've never seen that.
This isn't original, it's just Star Wars, okay?
Order 66. Changed my answer.
So that would mean the next 3 episodes are going to be really bad. But,
Oh.
What about the next trilogy after that?
yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
There might be hope. Anyway, as we focus
There
might be hope.
to play
You're a real fan. Wouldn't matter. You like all of them.
No.
Yes.
No.
That's okay.
last
I only like the ones with the little green people. Sorry. Full attention. Yes, sir.
50%.
last week, wasn't much. Was a bit of a shorter one. Power Hour had a very nice conversation with Lady Clearheart, as our party does, around a table with food. This one was technically on the ground, on a carpeted floor, but nevertheless, they talked about her concerns, the trial that she had put them through on episode 5 2 weeks ago, trying to see if they were ready to necessarily be sent on the quests that she had for them. She thought they maybe came within 1 HP of being ready, but, you know, sometimes the cards just don't fall in the right direction. She also warned them going on this pilgrimage up the mountain to Myth Hollow is a royal knight by the name of General Tullis. He is going to be taking part. She shared her concerns with that, about why she thinks the royal knight would be going, the information she's gotten. There's some kind of dangerous crystal at the bottom of this mountain that people could be searching for. One of the Infinity Stones, maybe. Who knows?
What are those? Never heard of that. Infinity Stone.
As the rest of our band of adventurers found their beds, whether it be in the inn nearby or the big old spire in Luxury Tower, one of our hippity-hoppity friends decided that he would like to not stay the night in the inn and instead cast a snare by their door. Powder.
Yes.
As you step your little fuzzy foot out from the inn onto the grass outside of Myth Hollow, as you kind of shut the door with a sleeping Golian right behind you. On the table, feet kicked up. I didn't think you guys were going to leave. Nocturna shines bright tonight, not a cloud in the sky. The streets are rather calm and quiet as the fish fry just got done taking place a few hours ago, so you can assume everybody's had their bellies full of mead, alcohol, and fish. With not a soul in sight, but maybe a walking guard here and there. Very scarce. As the breeze kind of hits your tall ears, what is it you'd like to do?
So, my character is a little bit afraid and a little bit concerned that we've been through this whole ordeal, that we went through this whole thing and all of his friends just died. He does not think that we are prepared for this by any means necessary. And hearing about the demon activity reminded him of a dream that he had. Whenever I was first here, or Powder was first here in Myth Hollow, the night that he went to sleep after the whole demon ordeal with Mordecai, he had a dream that he entered the church with all of his friends, saw Pastor Loveheart, and was pledging some kind of allegiance to him before they started heading down this secret basement that he had in the church by pulling this book all on the bookshelf and going down into this tunnel. He doesn't remember quite what's down there, but things are starting to add up in the most weird way possible. The fact that there's demonic activity on this pilgrimage, that he saw this vivid dream. All these things are starting to fall together, and he cannot get this nervousness out of him. So before leaving the inn, he wanted to make sure that his friends were safe for the night. He cast snare on each of their doors to make sure that if by chance Loveheart sent some kind of assassin or some kind of person to deal with his friends, there was at least some kind of insurance. And also doubled, because if any of them got up in the middle of the night and tried to head out, there'd be a way to slow them down. And he is going to investigate the church by himself.
As you begin to walk through the streets of Myth Hollow, you feel anxiousness begin to build inside of you. Not just necessarily for what could happen to your friends and the fear that you have, but for the uncertainty of what you're about to step into and potentially attempt to do. Mind you, still beaten and battered from the altercation before. You kind of pitter-patter your way across the grass. You get to the base step right in front of the large white stone church that looms large above you. You stand outside of the Church of Purification. You don't hear anything. Sounds empty on the inside, but you know, just like most churches, at the altar there's a candle lit for anybody who wants to come take a knee and say a prayer at any time of night. How would you like to proceed from the bottom of the staircase?
From the bottom of the staircase, on the top of the staircase, there's a candle lit with an altar for anybody who wants to pray.
That would be inside the church, kind of past the rows of pews towards the front of the church.
I believe my character will go in to say a prayer / kind of scope things out. If he knows that this is a altar that is being used by the public and they're allowed to go in and pray, he'd like to kind of get a sense of who might be inside or who might be outside before he starts investigating.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
14.
With a 14, it rings rather true. You don't hear anyone as you kind of creak the large wooden doors open. You don't see anyone. The pews are empty. By the candle that's right up front, by the stand, there's nobody kneeling. Not a trace of life has potentially been in here in the past hour or two. Granted, it'd probably be about 2-3 a.m. in the morning at this point. How do you proceed?
My character's going to do something a little bit weird. He's then now going to take the action like he has to use the restroom badly and run towards kind of the pastor's door, like towards that direction, acting after saying like a prayer, hoping that everything goes well and hoping his friends are okay. He's going to act like he has to use the restroom badly and run kind of into the corridor where he knows the pastor's office is.
Perfect. Kind of sprint down the aisle, past the pews, kind of taking a right up the candle. There's just maybe 2 or 3 steps that don't take you up far. And the door to the pastor's office is right there. You go to kind of pull on the hinge, you feel that it's unlocked. You kind of pull on it.
Am I allowed to investigate the door before I...
Yeah, sure.
That would be investigation?
Yes, sir.
12.
You pull on it. Doesn't seem trapped. Doesn't seem... It's a door, dog.
Wonderful. Definitely door. So I will enter the office.
You kind of open the door. Do you open it slowly or as if you're running to go to the bathroom?
I will open it rather slowly.
Yeah. Kind of. Once again, as all church doors do, kind of creaks open off the hinges. As you begin to look in, the walls still filled with bookcases. His mahogany desk sits with a very nice, lavish chair. You see somebody sitting in his chair. As you kind of open the door to enter, looks up at you as he was like deep in thought. You see his nice pearly white skin, shaggy hair, his yellow eyes that kind of come up and meet you. He just kind of, I'm sorry. I wasn't aware that you were coming by. As he kind of throws whatever he's writing off of his desk down into the drawer and kind of shuts the drawer, he kind of just folds his hand and just kind of, please, son, come have a seat. I wasn't expecting a conversation this late at night. Did I book you for a counseling appointment this late?
Oh, I do apologize. I'm looking for the bathroom. I just had to go really badly.
Oh, the bathroom kind of the other way. This is my office. I don't really have a personal one. I mean, we don't really fund that around here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. And I will close the door.
Are you, as you kind of hear him say, like, as you shut
and
the
then
door.
I'll creep back up. Yeah?
Are you sure you don't want to stay and chat? I mean, it's a lot on your mind. I understand the pilgrimage is a big commitment.
I'd like to use the restroom first.
I don't know. I'll be right here.
Please. And I will close the door again. And I will go to the restroom this time.
Yeah.
Actually be this time.
And I will roll in there just for a little bit.
Yeah.
Roll for force.
My character will think and try to figure out. The plan was to kind of see if there was something with the bookshelf and everything. The fact that he kind of is in there is probably not the best. You can't kind of investigate the office if he's in there. I don't imagine that he would be too happy about that. So he's going to kind of think about this and everything. Give me just 1 second. I'll read one thing real quick.
As these tense moments pass you by as you're sitting on the toilet in the stall, it's quiet. You don't hear anything. There's no motion out there.
So, let's see. I'm going to attempt to, like, as I'm going back out, I'm going to attempt to use magical tinkering on one of the items that I kind of passed by. Kind of by the altar and everything.
Yeah. Step out, walk back, still empty.
It says, I'm allowed to Wait, never mind. That does not work the way I want. I'll just go back into the office and pop my head back in.
Sure. You kind of pop your head back in, and he's just still sitting here with his arms kind of folded, just leaning in. Please, have a seat. It's a pleasure to have visitors this late. I mean, it doesn't typically happen. Please come in.
Thank you. I was just a little concerned about the pilgrimage this upcoming.
Oh, of course. Yeah, come.
Thank you. And
Soft, cushiony purple seats.
I'll take a seat and everything.
My son.
Cool.
What troubles you?
Well, Father, I am a bit concerned about the pilgrimage coming up.
Of course.
It is treacherous, kind of up the mountain. Is there anything I should be expecting for this pilgrimage?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, as advertised, I mean, it's gonna be a day to get about halfway up. We're gonna get up there halfway through the next day, spend our time with the Lord, commune, He'll forgive us of our sins. We'll make our way back down halfway, and then by the third day we'll be back home in our beds. I mean, there's no concern of mine, personally, to have. It's very safe. We're gonna have a royal knight with us this time. Church thought it'd be wise to give us extra protection due to what's been going on.
What's been going on?
Well, everybody's starting to say, oh, these disappearances are happening on the pilgrimage, so we decided to take precedence and call a royal knight down from Stonespell so that they can't pin it on us, you know, those conspiracy theorists.
Really?
Want to say, oh, we're losing people up on the mountain.
What royal knight, necessarily? Does he...
Mr. Tullus. I'm sure you've heard of his reputation, a stern man.
I haven't personally, but what is his reputation known for?
He's known for keeping those dirty sinners in line.
Oh my goodness.
Anybody who deals with magic, I want to tell you right now, that big old cleaver of his, straight off, 1-2 punch. Alright? Some could say it's so nice, the little fire magic behind solderizes the wound, so it's a clean one.
At least, you know, it's not dirty. At least if it's clean, they can just see their head come just straight off. It's not anything like blood spatter.
Super simple. He keeps it clean. He's great at what he does. That's why he is a royal knight.
It does sound good.
We figured, you know, just any allegations. We don't want to be a part of that. We want to keep our hands clean, you know. The church, especially the realm, is in a time of uncertainty, and we don't want the great church of Arcanos that holds it all together to start causing trouble.
1000%. I completely understand. It would be just a shame if something happened to the Church of Arcanos or anything. I wouldn't want that. Can you tell me anything else about this pilgrimage?
I mean, I told you all I tell anybody.
Oh, absolutely.
You guys have paid your dues. I mean, I'm kind of confused. I mean, it seems like... Is there something else you were wanting to talk about?
No, I was just a little nervous. I hold my friends quite dear to me, and I just wanted to make sure that nothing was going to happen to them.
He kind of leans in. You hear the wood creak on his desk. Roll a persuasion.
With advantage, because I do mean what I'm saying. Is that a no?
Roll a persuasion. If you didn't come visit his office at 2:30 in the morning, maybe.
15. What?
What's your plus?
Sorry, 16 minus 1. 15.
16 minus 1, 15. So he kind of leans in. You kind of feel these eyes kind of pierce you as you swear the right one glows just a little bit.
Is there a problem?
No, I... Kind of step up around, feels his shoulders. I can't help. What are you carrying? Gosh, I feel it feels heavy. Powder, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like he's speaking to me right now. You have a voice that talks in your head a lot when things get stressful.
And don't we all?
Slick.
He kind of looks at you and just smiles. I understand, but it feels... Gosh, I mean, I'm just... Sixth sense, you know? Licks his finger and does to feel the wind.
Wild.
Feels the wind inside of
Are you sure there's
Why did you say
nothing you need to talk to me about? Anything that weighs heavy on you? Your father, I'm here to love you, nurture you, care for you, make sure that my congregation is protected, and I know Talia a little more than you and Rothgar, but I see you as one of my own. So he kind of brings his hand out for you to kind of take it.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Oh.
There was a day in my adventurings where I witnessed all of my friends die.
Oh, no.
Every single one of my party members.
Gosh, where were you? Was it like a magic user or something like that?
Was
Catch you off guard on the road, try and steal your belongings?
it was back whenever I was kind of near Earthrun.
Oh. And it was your friends you're traveling with now or different ones?
No, it'd be very weird. I mean, I guess one of them might make sense, but no. In general, it was a completely different people. It would be weird for my friends who all died around me to simply be with me now.
I just didn't know because, some people refer to death as like somebody getting knocked out, and then some people refer to death as like a full thing,
That's fair. No, they Pastor, they died.
Oh my gosh.
And
I'm so sorry, Powder.
if I'm being honest, part of me feels a sense of guilt that it was my fault. That because I wasn't strong enough to help them or defend them, that I'm somewhat guilty.
Did you stand by what the holy laws tell you to do? Did you use magic?
No, I wouldn't use magic.
Did you conspire with somebody to use magic?
No.
Did you, by chance, I don't know, did one of your friends use magic?
As I kind of sigh. There was one of them that I kind of thought used magic, but...
Gosh, this is what King Matthias told us to spread the message about. Havoc. I hate it if I'm being a little pushy here or insensitive, but...
Havoc.
Oh, sorry. Powder. Your friends died because you used... Not you, but somebody else used magic. I hate to break it to you, but if it could cause a volcano to explode, as he kind of reaches out and just kind of goes to pat your shoulder now, he's just kind of... I'm so sorry. I can't even begin to explain. Losing people close to you is hard. I understand. And I'm sure 4 of them were really great people, and that one magic user kind of just crumbled down.
Father, I didn't mention how many of them there were with me.
I'm just assuming you're traveling with 6 now. Pardon me, assumptions make an ass out of you and me.
Absolutely. It was a party of me and 3 others.
My bad. Well, the 2 of them, I'm sure, were great, God-fearing people.
They were.
They probably practiced the holy law and obeyed it.
Absolutely.
Here's what I can say. I understand it troubles you. It feels like you might hear him sometimes in your head. Just kind of the vibe I'm getting from you. Just ignore him, man. There's nothing like good prayer, fasting. It'll make it go away. And if you ever need something that'll really, really do the trick, this pilgrimage is a great start. Don't get me wrong. We're going to go up there and we're going to pray, worship. He's going to cleanse us all of our misdoings. Even myself. Sometimes I'm not the most straight and narrow guy, Sometimes I take my righteousness and I just, take it up a step too high. People tell me I go like 5 steps too high, but sometimes I feel like I'm just a sliver too high. But here's what I know. We're going to go up there and we're going to be forgiven, and we're going to come back down new images. And upon that, I think you'd have a really great place here in the church. I see a lot of potential in you to reach people and better their lives. I mean, gosh, I really thought it was going to be Rothgar, but then he kind of came in here with Talia a few months ago and kind of was like, oh no, we don't mess with that stuff. But you seem really open to this, man. I feel like, you know, there's a lot of people in this room who sometimes they see a bunny and they're like, ooh, you know, like, they're like, ooh, what? Or like they see an orc and they're like, ooh, scary, you know, like, some people are scared if it's not a human, right? I mean, let's be honest. Sometimes you see a monster coming at you in the wild and you're like, ooh, you know, kind of makes your heart rattle a little bit. Yeah. I think there's a very specific group of people you could reach here that me as a human, I could never. But think about it, we got the pilgrimage, we got to cleanse your soul of all the unrighteous doings that you've been doing with your friends, or you don't even have to do them, alright? If you're around it, it can rub off on you. Absolutely. They say you become who you hang with, okay? Be careful of that, okay? Kind of leans back in his chair. Is there anything else you have from... I'm sorry, you know, pastors, we just kind of go off on tangents sometimes. They call it the spoken word, you know?
That's quite okay. No, I think that will be all for me tonight. I have a busy day tomorrow. I have to prepare for the pilgrimage.
I understand. Are you guys doing anything in town? If you all 6, swing by my office. I'd love to... If it seems like you have more concerns, maybe you and your friends can talk and figure out exactly what it is you want to know, and I'll see if I can answer any questions for you. And he kind of moves a little gold coin onto the table and kind of moves it back and forth. And kind of it just disappears back into his jacket.
Absolutely.
Of course, for free. Kind of winks at you.
Thank you, Father.
No problem, son. Kind of gets up and kind of goes to give you a hug.
I will just shake his hand.
Kind of goes to do a bro hug there and kind of pat your back and kind of...
Man likes his hugs.
There you go.
Please, go in peace, love.
Thank you. It's been weighing on me quite heavily.
I'm glad that this talk could help.
Thank you.
If you ever need anything, Clarice, my right-hand girl, she'll set you up an appointment, alright? I'm always around. Outside of when I'm going pilgrimaging.
Where can I find Clarice if I needed to?
Well, sometimes she'll hang around the church, sometimes she's at the inn, sometimes she's traveling around, but if you need her, leave her a note, or if she's here, beautiful elven woman kind of hands out at the front of the church.
That's fair. Thank you, Father.
Of course, son. Kind of pats his chest and just kind of
have a good night.
Bow.
I'll close the door behind.
Pleasure.
And with that, I will start walking towards the door to leave for the night and to go back to the room.
Yeah. You make your way back to the room. Any thoughts going through your head, or are you just so tired you want to...
So, Powder knows that this did not go as he wanted. He knows he could easily have set off some kind of diversion somewhere near. But that probably would not have ended well. He probably would have been more on guard. But the fact that he extended an invitation for the group to see him tomorrow makes him kind of curious if there's something maybe he can do with help to maybe investigate that little case. So as he ends the night, he will go to the room. He'll disable the snares that he did lay.
Smart.
And he will go to his bed and he'll rest for the night.
So all of our friends now tucked in, ready to feel the full power of level 4. They will all gain a long rest.
Real quick, sorry. Do I need to stealth my way back to my room? So, okay. I just want to make sure.
He's zoinked.
Well, no, I was talking about for Zendra and...
Oh, I thought you were talking about Billy. I'm assuming they're asleep.
They can't sleep. Remember, Mara doesn't sleep and Zendra's in a state.
I mean, my door's closed.
That's fair, you just rolled for it last time.
You would have to roll a natural 1 for them to have a chance to hear you. Go for it.
7.
It was almost, I saw that one almost turn over there. As the day comes anew, Dawnfire rises. All of her friends wake up from a nice long rest that was much needed. Does anybody have any morning rituals or routines they'd like to go over, or do you all kind of want to meet down in the common area of the inn?
So Rothgar's gonna wake up wearing only silk underwear.
Of course.
He's gonna walk out and kind of slowly push open the double doors onto the balcony, and he's kind of gonna just stand there as the wind kind of blows against his face, his underwear kind of ruffle in the wind, and he's just gonna be, it's a good day to be Rothgar. And then he's gonna hear shouting from down below, "Oh my gosh, what is that?" And he's gonna then slowly just walk back in. Shut the doors behind him, obviously, because, you know, heating bills are crazy. He's gonna throw on this, like, just really plush velour kind of, like, bathrobe. It's just real puffy, you know, like, think like Home Alone 2 Lost in New York puffy, you know what I'm saying? And he's kind of just gonna, you know, start doing his, like, he's gonna do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, you know, 100 crunches, you know, just really getting into the day. He's gonna go to the bookshelf, and he's gonna kind of try and, like, read something. It's not gonna go great. He doesn't know that you're supposed to read left to right, so he's trying to read things right to left, and he's not getting it. So he kind of just, well, that's interesting, and just closes the book and puts it away after about 30 seconds. And then he's gonna get ready for the day, put his garb and grab his everything, and he's gonna make the bed, obviously, because he's not a heathen. And he's gonna just leave a very nice note, you know. Thank you for letting me stay here. It was a real pleasure. Comfortable bed. You know, 10 out of 10 would recommend. And then he's gonna go down the elevator and walk out to meet his friends.
And as you leave the door, just like in Skyrim, up in the corner goes 5 gold added the bounty for rogues, but you just don't know it. You know, it's kind of.
Shoot.
Miro leaves the room exactly as he entered it. Didn't take his clothes off. Didn't do nothing. Just the exact same.
Got stankier.
Yeah. Yeah. Assuming the magical stench nullifier is still going.
Yeah.
The sun wakes Talia up and her eyes pop wide open, and she scrambles over to the window and unlatches it and looks out just to see if maybe Leftwin had found her, which he had not yet.
No Leftwin.
So she proceeds to get dressed to head downstairs to meet with the rest of the party.
Takashi will just wake up, kind of just stretch a little bit, you know, just think about all the things that happened yesterday, think about his daughter one more time, and then just meet up with his group.
Mero is going to go ahead and make an experimental elixir for the day.
There's 2 marrows now.
Sorry.
I was like, cool, what are we doing?
So I'm going to make an experimental elixir in one of my vials.
Yeah, no longer.
It's going to be a healing.
I got it.
Per usual.
Bless up.
Is that it?
Sorry. And then I'm going to make another vial of oil. Out of the
Alright.
drug.
Zendra only needing a trance and not a full 8 hours will obviously be up pretty early compared to most of the rest of her companions that need sleep. But taking the time that she's by herself, she'll just kind of, number one, she leaves her trance. Her skin has a slight greenish tint. She's going to be in her spring form now. She feels like whatever situation is going to be coming up kind of calls for some of this difference in attitude. And she just kind of spends most of the morning just kind of pondering like the note that she sent out and just kind of thinking of what's led to this point.
So our band meets up right outside the front door of the inn. The day is yours, whatever preparations you may like.
So, are we training for the day, or what are we doing with today? I feel real good this morning. I don't know what it is. I feel stronger.
You know, I kind of think that too. Like must have been a really nice bed.
I didn't even sit in it.
No, you weren't in the bed that I was in.
No, I stood at the door.
At my door?
No, at my door.
Oh.
I walked in, I turned around, I stood at the door.
That's a little odd. You didn't even sit down?
No.
Oh.
No, it hurts my hips.
Okay. Anybody else, please?
I mean, some of us, or at least I'm feeling stronger, I guess, but not anything close to what I once was. But I feel like it's more just experience for all of us. Everyone's maybe experiencing something they haven't before.
You're seeming very chipper this morning.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like hopefully this pilgrimage is just a nice walk up a mountain and a nice walk down.
Trust me, I know a thing or two about rocks. It looks like a nice mountain.
But that's good. Hopefully all the rumors we've been hearing don't take place.
Oh, don't ask me about trees. I don't know nothing about trees. But rocks, I'm your guy.
Talia steps in. If we're not
You guys are right
prepared
outside.
to do anything, she steps into the group. I would like to head towards the church. She doesn't say it out loud, but she's kind of hoping that she sees Tolis, because she'd like to have a conversation with him before the pilgrimage starts. So perhaps we should go into town. I don't know if anybody needs anything. Any health potions?
Well,
I could use a few.
are we still waiting for our delivery to
Oh, that's right.
get here before the pilgrimage?
Yeah, we're supposed
That's
to get
true.
a bunch of stuff.
Did we have to wait here in order to receive it?
I'm assuming. No, I'm just saying. I don't know if we also need to go into town, go through the rest of the town for supplies, or if what we get from the lady will be enough.
That's true. We could always go into town and see who else is going on the pilgrimage as well. It might be a
I
good
think
idea to know who's going with us.
That sounds good. Would we?
Yeah.
Should we just go into town and start asking around, or would you want to go to the church?
I
and
bet if we went
just-
to the church, Pastor would have a list.
and then we could maybe be like, hey, we just want to go
Exactly.
and meet.
We
the
could
people.
find them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And find them and follow them.
Might be beneficial to see
How about we
who
just
went.
find them and introduce ourselves to them.
It might be beneficial to see who went previously too. Just to see who's missing and if there's a connection to who's missing.
Well, we know who's missing. They were in that casket the other day.
Well, I don't know if you'd call that missing.
There's a
They
casket.
found her.
Yeah, that box that was made of gold.
Is bury people in gold?
Well, I don't know if it was
I
real
No,
gold.
no, they explained it was just for show.
Yeah.
They don't actually bury her in that. No.
It's like a wrapper on a candy bar. The insides are much more important than the wrapper, but the wrapper looks really nice.
That's so wise of you.
You have
That's so wise of you.
you had a strange upbringing, didn't you?
What?
Yeah.
What I bring up? I thought we were just talking about candy. I didn't bring anything else up.
Shall we go to church?
Yes. We can do it.
As Talia begins to lead the way towards the church, a bunch of people begin coming out of their houses. A lot of them moving a little groggy from last night. Kind of an overcast day, to be honest, as the sun's shining through the clouds. Very windy, kind of still. As you guys see a bunch of people beginning to kind of make their way right outside the church, begin to get in this little circle, if you will, kind of lining, well, not even a circle, standing on one side of the main road and another standing on the other side of the main road as they begin to ring little bells and whatnot. Seems like they're expecting something.
How joyful.
I think they're having a parade for us.
I immediately joined them. I'm in the line. I'm
Yeah.
butting through. I'm maybe asking if anybody has extra bells.
Yeah. As you all begin to join the line, and you get a bell from a little kid. Coming down the road is
That's
a
my inventory.
big old wagon. The front of the wagon, you see, well, let's start with left to right versus the most grand part. On the left-hand side, you see a little kid. You see he is, the best way to describe him would be not put together, but in very nice clothing. As he seems to be very unkempt, in these nice black robes. He's got actually an image of the stamp of Aldervane on the left-hand side of his coat. Next to him is a lady as well. She's not one that's very nice to look at either. A little sore on the eyes, as she's a tall brunette, same old thing, black robe, with the Aldervane, as driving the wagon in nice, shiny, silvered plate armor from the foot all the way up to the neck. See a buff, muscular man with the reins in hand as these two black steeds ahead are kind of taking them into town. Patchy, but yet full beard. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yes.
Not very long, but kind of fills his face out. Kind of a very tall head, if you will. Almost a unibrow. Kind of comes across right above his eyes. Kind of got a little bit of hair on the side, some on the top. Doesn't look like he's really kempt himself. But towards the left-hand side, you see the sigil of the capital, Stonespell, Clearmeadow. The Orosi tree of life that kind of sits up. As these horses are dragging the carriage, it's not only them sitting in it, but behind them you see covered with a little black tarp, like almost a little mound of stuff in the back of their carriage, if you will, almost as if they're transporting something. As they're kind of ringing the bells, everybody's kind of cheering as they kind of come through. The horses kind of stop right in front of the church.
It's beautiful.
That was
And they
very.
go crazy.
I was. They go crazy. Ah!
One of the horses break their leg.
As
That's a horse.
too quick of a stop. The kid and the mom get off. The kid immediately darts off to one of his friends down the line in the crowd, and she kind of goes, "Oh my lord, it's not a great day to be a pumble bump." As she kind of gets off and kind of chases him down, you kind of see who you would presume at this point is Royal Knight Tullus. Kind of stand up on the wagon. Hear ye, hear ye. By order of the crown, we thought it'd be wise on my journey here with the great pilgrimage we are going to take tomorrow to bring some, well, it's better to show. Kind of ropes the tarp off, and in the back of the carriage, not super deep, but probably 30, 40 weapons in the back. They kind of have, look as if they're made from this yellowish stone that's been mined. Uriel stone blades for the nation. Any demons you see, any magic users you see, more importantly, fight them with this. It'll do the job just well. We'll be doing a presentation later tonight, so around 6 o'clock if you'd like to see. Of course, 18 and up, eyes only. Just kind of looks around the crowd. Talia, roll me a stealth check.
Yep.
As you, I presume, have your hood up.
With a minus disadvantage.
It is
You can do it with advantage with your hood up, honestly.
So cancel or.
Do you want me to do it with advantage, or we just take
you
the
can
one
roll
I skip?
straight, because it'll cancel your disadvantage.
15.
He kind of peers over the crowd and just kind of, as everybody begins to cheer, ring the bells. How are you guys reacting?
I'm ringing my bell. Just
As these little kids begin to come up, then he starts to hand out little daggers and like maces to the father and short swords. He kind of gets a little dagger and kind of
kids a knife.
what do you have?
kind of looks at you a little troublesome. Does anybody else want to go up and get a weapon?
I'm
from him?
definitely getting a weapon.
Is he only handing them out, or can I like walk over to the wagon?
He's handing them out from. He's standing kind of on the top, little like where you kind of sit.
I'm just
kind
gonna
of bending
walk.
down.
I'm gonna walk over to the wagon.
Yeah.
And just be like, "Do you mind if I look through?"
Oh, what do you need?
I mean, I'll take a couple knives.
He kind of hands. Only have a few of these things. Here's one for you. Ah, sir, fellow fighter. He kind of looks at your arms and just kind of. What would you like?
You got any great swords, or perhaps
Yeah.
like a great? Oh,
Kind of pulls a great sword out and kind of hands it to you. You look like a man who could handle one of those. What's your name?
oh, Rothgar.
Rothgar, General Tullus. Pleasure. Kind of looks about. Oh, a bunny. I don't see many of you as he kind of hops down from his wagon. He still stands about 4 or 5 feet above you. He kind of gets down and the earth kind of rumbles right where you are. He kind of just pets you on the head.
Hey! Don't touch the hair.
What? He with you?
Yeah, he said don't touch the hair. Obviously, he means like don't.
I
touch
just, oh my gosh. He kind of bends down and kind of looks at you and starts to play with your cheeks a little bit and kind of pulls your ear. I've never seen a talking bunny before. It's just.
I've never seen a talking baboon.
Oh.
No, he's not with us. Not with me.
Ah, that's alright. He kind of rubs you on the head and just kind of looks around. Ah, you, sir.
You got any just like throwing knives?
I got a dagger. He kind of pulls another one out and hands it to you. Please, fight the magic users in.
I'd like a dagger.
Oh, not at all for you. He kind of ignores your presence completely as he just begins to look at the rest of you guys. You all look new around here. I'm typically used to seeing faces I knew.
Yes.
Yeah, we're here.
We're here to help with the pilgrimage.
Oh, you're gonna go on the pilgrimage. Take part in the great...
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna get a lot of personal time to get over the next
Yeah.
few weeks.
My friend is weeks.
Oh.
The pilgrimage takes weeks.
Oh, so it just depends on, is it the prologue? I gotta check with Pastor. I don't know if it's like the Members Plus version or like the Members Plus version or if it's just like the Members version, honestly.
Oh,
Our friend was interested in joining the church, so
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
he's gonna be a
we had
pastor
learned about
one day.
this.
He's gonna be a
Yeah, I know him, so that means I'm good.
following the righteous path. I admire it.
What's that?
We were told it was
Do what
gonna
that
just
one
be
guy
like
does
a,
in the church.
a weekend trip up and.
Oh, I'm sure then that's just the Members program, honestly. It's probably the, toned down version.
We won't keep you any longer, though.
No,
I'm
I
assuming you're.
Understand, I gotta go speak with the pastor.
We were just on the way to the church too. You want to walk with us?
I was going to say, before Tullus gets a chance to respond, Talia walks kind of into his line of vision and just purposefully makes eye contact with him.
As he's kind of responding to your question, you kind of walk right behind Rothgar. Kind of just... Well, I'm sorry, what was your question? As he kind of looks at you and just kind of shakes his head a little bit.
I said we're heading to the church too. Do you want to walk with us?
Oh, I would love to. As he kind of...
Are you able to walk, or do you have to take this wagon everywhere?
No, I'll let one of the kids deal with the wagon. He kind of reaches like right behind you and kind of just grabs your arm, Talia. He kind of just...
Oh, this is Talia. She's new too.
He kind of looks at you, just kind of...
She didn't really want to talk to you right now, but it made her very, very unhappy that all of her friends
Oh
were
my
talking
lord. They don't make him as beautiful as you anymore. What's your name? He kind of reaches his hand out.
to you. She does not accept it. She just kind of goes, "Oh, I'm going to head to the church."
Oh.
She's kind of shy around people sometimes. Don't take it personally.
I beautiful women typically are.
They gotta be guarded, because if not, then every guy's getting a little taste and it doesn't make the milk as sweet. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of looks at you and just... That's not holy tongue.
Well, I don't have a tongue ring or nothing, so there's no holes, no.
He kind of looks at you and just kind of chuckles and whispers in your ear, "We'll meet later at the bar."
Okay.
He kind of grabs your arm and just kind of shakes your shoulder a little bit and just... Oh, yes, you said you were heading to the church.
Yes.
That's once.
Hey, Rothgar.
What?
Be interested in trading for that big sword?
I mean, I was kind of gonna hold on to it till I get my axe back, but what do you have?
A dagger and a couple sticks.
I think we could probably make something happen. Here. I'm gonna unsheath it. I like to think it's probably 2 or 3 times bigger.
Twice as long as Marrow.
I'm like, alright, now this is a 2-handed weapon, so put out both your hands. I'm just gonna put the hilt.
Roll a strength check.
Oh, Jesus. 10.
It clangs onto the ground.
No, you gotta you can hold it with 2 hands. I'm gonna pick it up and just do it again.
My hands are stuck to the ground.
Alright, now lift.
I am.
No, with your arms. No, lift your arms up.
I don't know.
No, act like you lifted something.
I am.
And you're watching
Can I
him
have the
strain to kind of his
I have
hands.
the dagger back.
Sure, and I just take it like it's nothing. And put it and receive it like back behind my back. I'm just gonna like, yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
No problem. We could probably find you like a great sword that's just not so great.
No, it's okay. This is fine for me.
Okay.
Sorry I asked.
No, you're fine. I'm happy to teach anybody or trade anything. I don't really have sentimental value that much. Do you want anything else, I guess?
No.
Okay.
Zim, what's a who now? Could you do me a favor and sneak a dagger from that cart for me, please?
Such a big.
Yeah, I guess. I
This-
thought we've known each other long enough to know each other's name by now, but okay.
I was close enough.
Yeah, I guess if, they keep them occupied elsewhere, I'll just kind of come back and see what I can grab.
General Tullis is walking towards the door, and you're watching people just come up to the back of the wagon and begin to take weapons as they will.
I'm just going to go back there and start taking a couple of daggers.
How many do you take?
So I already had my one.
You can see 4 left.
So there's none left. Don't know what happened to them. There's none there
Whoa.
anymore. I don't know.
Is
Crazy.
there
I'll be
any
like-
great swords left?
Are they all identical or what?
They're all identical. Cut out of this beautiful, almost gold stone blade. Kind of comes right down. Has a little mark on the hilt of the Tree of Life. That's the Erosi symbol. And then it's just black at the bottom.
So I'm gonna have all 5. I'm just gonna get a small piece of cloth out, lay it on the ground, and line each of them up and be like, all right, which of the 5 would you like?
I'll just take one at random. Thank you, dear.
Oh, not that one. That one's for experts. You might want a bit of an easier one. And then I'm just gonna pick a random one up and get it.
Yeah, you don't want to take the expert one. That's
Playful.
dangerous.
I'm assuming you're trying to get to the church first. So since you left before the rest of the group, you're probably going
I'm
to
up
have
the
a
stairs.
minute before they get there as you kind of barge in the front doors. It's quiet. There's nobody in here.
She stands there and waits for Tullus to follow behind her. I'm assuming he does. No.
You stand and you wait.
I really need to talk to Tullus. There's nobody in the church with me?
No, it's empty right now. A little candle up front. You'd assume Pastor Regal Lovecraft's in his back office, but
I think Talia is making some hard decisions in her mind. Doesn't really want to involve her friends in it, but really needs to talk to Tullus by himself. So, can Pastor hear me if I call him? She yells out. Pastor.
oh my God, Talia! As he kind of comes out of his office.
Oh, you were right there.
Oh my Lord! What can I do for you, sweetheart?
Well, hi, Pastor.
Oh my
So
gosh!
good
Kind
to
of comes
see you.
in, gives you a
Yes.
hug, kiss on the cheeks.
You can see her. She stiffens up, but she's playing along. She's
Oh
going
my
through
gosh,
the motions, the smile.
sweetheart! How are you doing? Your friend came by last night, visited me late. He seems like a real keeper. If you ever think about joining, I would persuade you to stay and be on staff here.
Which friend?
Oh, Bunny.
Oh.
Yeah,
Powder came
Powder
by,
is his
yes.
name. Havoc.
Oh,
you
a
know.
lovely, lovely, lovely bunny.
Yeah. Havoc was really nice to talk to. He was really insightful.
Okay. Kind of threw her off for a second because she wasn't expecting to hear that, and she takes the few moments that she has, and she goes, "Did he say why he came by last night?"
He seemed like he had a lot bothering him. I mean, I just, I just felt him talk to me, and I felt like he was going through a lot. This pilgrimage is going to be great for him. Share a little bit about his past and whatnot. And as he's talking and rambling on, you hear the door open as Rothgar, Tullus, and the rest of the group kind of come in. And I mean, yeah, oh my gosh. If it isn't the bunny, oh my gosh, he kind of gets up and picks you up, and then kind of, Tullus is kind of looking at him like...
Pastor, maybe we don't pick him up.
As if he's disgusted. Oh my gosh, this guy, he's a world changer. World changer.
I believe
Going the full 9 miles.
Speaking of, actually, Pastor, I could borrow you.
Oh my
for
gosh,
30
Tullus!
minutes.
He kind of walks forward, gives him a firm handshake, bangs against his plate armor, and kind of, you see it hurts his hand a little bit. You ready for the pilgrimage tomorrow, friend? As am I ever, Pastor. Of course, I got my office ready for you if you want to go write some stuff down, get ready for the books. These 6 are going to be accompanying us. Yeah, I met them outside. They seem like a fine lot. And then kind of looks towards you and just kind of... and makes his way to Reebel's office.
Pastor, I am going to go help him with the books as well, because I feel like I can give some insightful knowledge. Would you mind working with my friends and preparing them for the pilgrimage?
I mean, I guess, yeah, dude.
Yeah, is there any prayers I could do?
She throws her biggest smile.
Pastor.
She's buttering him up, rubbing his back. You are just so good at what you do, Pastor.
Pastor.
It would truly warm
Roll
my
me
heart.
a persuasion with advantage. Pastor.
It's the same, 10.
10?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, Talia, I would love to get your friends ready. If you guys need, we can have a little circle where we kind of talk about things that are bothering us. Your friend came by last night. Oh, sorry, personal? My apologies. Let's go sit in the front pew. You, whatever you need, sweetheart.
Talia's already taking
Full
7
access.
steps back and she's walking straight for his
She's
office.
booking it for the office.
I will be with all of you shortly.
You enter into the office, and before we get to that, he kind of sits you guys all down in the front pew and kind of sits on the front step looking at you guys. What kind of questions do you have, guys? I mean, gosh. You guys do notice. His eyes are blue.
Man, Pastor, we are personally very excited to go.
Okay, enough from you. Samurai! You don't make your way out here much. What do you need from me, man? Gosh, you...
You got any work for me?
No, you seem to be with the rest of them.
If you may, I know some of my friends here would like to maybe quietly contemplate the pilgrimage showing up, but some of us are more action-based. We like to do things with activity.
Sure.
Do you have a list of the other villagers who are going on the pilgrimage?
Oh, well, that's all
Go and
confidential.
introduce
Well,
ourselves.
we want to set up a group activity before, just to get, like a...
You know how much higher level intimacy we could have within a group between us and our Lord and Savior if we knew each other on a deeper basis before we actually go on the pilgrimage?
He looks towards the 3 of you, and you kind of watch as he says his next line. Mid-line, his eye, crackles with yellow for a second. Yeah. Well, that's what we get whenever we get halfway up the mountain. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We have some huddles. We have some cute little herbal things we're going to hand out and take together. And we're going to, there's a lot of group activities that grow intimacy on the journey. You come back down, you're like family.
We see his eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kind of crackles yellow just a little bit. Like a lightning bolt, almost.
Some of the eyes.
Kind of looks at you and just kind of...
Yeah, you eyed the little thing. Does it happen often? Do you have contacts?
Kind of looks at you disgusted. I don't judge you for how you look. Maybe you shouldn't judge me for how I look. As he looks towards the goblin and the bunny.
Pastor, we're not judging you. We're concerned for your health.
I'm in great health.
Are you sure? Because your eye just did
Almost
everything.
disgusted. He kind of just sits back on the step. Is there anything you guys need? As his voice kind of shortens with you.
No.
Maybe a longer fuse.
No, there's no way we could get a list of the people.
No. Confidential.
Where would that confidential list be kept?
Kind of looks towards you and cocks his head. Is there anything else you need? He's short in voice. You can tell he was very emotive before, very outgoing. He is kind of just...
So, can you tell us, like, how you got
What?
to be in a pasta?
What do you need before you go on this pilgrimage from me?
A list of all the people.
He looks at you and just kind of stares at you.
Just go and talk to Talia. Tell her that we'll meet up with her again, I guess.
Powder. Anything you need as he kind of smiles at you.
Asking for a list really quick. Asking for a list.
As he kind of walks off, not to his office, but just kind of up to the steeple, and he's just kind of reading over some notes and stuff.
I'm gonna kind of like hit Powder on the chest, like, dude, he asked if you need anything. You should have said a list.
I swear to God, you monkey. I'm trying to be quiet for a reason.
No, I'm not a monkey. I'm a human. Well, I'm
Oh.
technically an Earth Genasi, but you know we kind of look somewhat alike. I'm a humanoid, if you will.
Are you sure you don't have any monkey DNA in you?
Well, it depends what your viewpoints on evolution.
Oh, this one. I'm just gonna go back quiet.
Powder almost shaking uncontrollably. His knee kind of bouncing up and down. Talia, as you enter, only Tullus is just on the wall, just kind of... You see he's in the process of taking a book off and looking at it. As you kind of enter, do you shut the door behind you? He kind of just puts it back up. Oh my. Later tonight, alright? I don't need any
Don't.
personal affairs.
Her whole demeanor has changed in the room with Tullus. There's no joyfulness, happiness, nothing on her face. She's really kind of stone cold. What are you doing here? She just says it so clear, almost commanding him.
His voice kind of deepens. I'm not doing anything here.
Did he send you?
I'm sorry, I don't speak with commoners. As he kind of looks at you and is just kind of puzzled. I don't speak with commoners.
It's not funny. It's not funny, Tullus, and you know it's not funny. I don't need to explain to you why I'm here. You don't need to know that. You need to tell me why you're here.
Straight face, he looks at you. Listen, I don't know who you are, lady, but I'm going to need you to back off real fast before I call security on you. I understand that the Royal Knights have fans and everything, but as he kind of puts his arm out to kind of keep you an arm's length away, I don't know who you're talking about. I got my command straight from the king. I don't know what you want, honestly. If there's anything you need, is there a problem you have with one of those guys out there? Is that why you came in here? You're just afraid to say it? I understand.
She's quiet for a moment. Is he telling the truth?
Roll insight.
10.
He's being honest.
He's been brainwashed.
Thank you.
Or he's just doing
Talia.
You said your
is a
name's
little-
Talia.
Yes, my name is Talia. She leaves her hood up. She feels his honesty, but she's really confused. She's frustrated. So you were sent by the king to come to the
Yes,
pilgrimage.
King Matthias himself, may he live
May he live.
a long, reigning
Yes.
life of happiness, prosperity, and yes, you know. Where are you from?
Believe it or not, I'm from Stonespell.
Oh my gosh, where'd you grow up?
In Stonespell.
Wow,
Yes. It's
that's
fabulous.
amazing.
It is.
He kind of looks at you and says that. Pastor Rebel kind of opens the door. Is it a good time? Or...
Her head whips over, and she just looks at him and gives him just a little shake. Not
Hey,
yet.
stay out here with the rest of them. As he kind of shuts the door and just kind of... Is there anything else I can help you with today, ma'am?
The king sends one of the royal guards to come on a pilgrimage
Yes.
in the tiny town of Myth Hollow.
Very important town. Lady
On the
Clearheart is
same
highly
weekend-
respected.
She is highly respected, as she should be.
Mhm.
On the same weekend that I will be doing that pilgrimage. And you have no recollection of why you're here other than to just accompany.
I am here to make sure that all of the, you, commoner, are safe on this travel. There's been rumors of disappearances and everything going on in between. I just personally feel it's best that I'm here to make sure that no one of these demons or disappearances that they're trying to pin on us. For your safety, of course, but also to save the face of the Church of Arcanos and how that directly correlates to the crown and Clear Meadow. Don't want any rumors spilling up. Kind of
No.
smiles at you.
She smiles back, not nicely. I would appreciate it, Tullus. I am here
General,
for the church.
Tullus.
General Tullus.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Everyone deserves to be recognized by their title.
Kind of smiles at you.
I am here for the church as well. I was sent on a missionary.
Oh, really?
Yes, sent as a missionary
Who
to
sent
do
you?
the pilgrimage to the Church of Arcanos.
Which pastor? You would have your documents then,
I
correct?
absolutely have my documents. Sure. She reaches into her packet. She goes past the farther one, comes to the front one, and hands over the paperwork.
Kind of looks at it.
It's a simple piece of paper.
This speaks nothing of missionary work.
That is enough paperwork for you to know that what I'm saying is true.
Interesting. Kind of hands it back to you. Forged copies go around often, Miss Talia.
It can't be forged when it's stamped directly from the church itself.
Stamps can be forged as well.
It's
Drops out of a pastor's pocket. Kind of looks at you seriously. I'd recommend before you hand over forged documents to a royal knight that you think about these actions before. I know we're going to be forgiven of our sins in a few days here, but let's not add to that list too heavily before we make the climb.
Talia clears her throat, and she really didn't want to do this at this point, but she's itching. It's making her very uncomfortable that this person is in the room with her, and the whole reason that she's here even is about to be what she feels like is destroyed if he gets to go on this pilgrimage and gets to something before she does. And she looks at him and she goes, General Tullus, I'm going to share something with you. But before I share something with you, I need to ask, are you somebody that is a confidant?
Why, yes I am. And as he goes to say that, barging in the room, Rebel, it's time for my office back. These guys out here are causing too much trouble. Listen, come on in, guys. Come on. The general's going to look after you for the rest of the day. So he kind of waves to the other 5 of you.
Marrow.
Gosh, I'm so sorry, Tullus. I couldn't do any more. I understand this commoner here was... Oh, Talia, she's great. What are you talking about? This commoner here was bothering me. I must see to it that I am in my chambers for the rest of the night until we are ready to go. Why, yes, of course. You know where to go. Kind of winks at him and just kind of, thank you. Pleasure meeting all of you. I'm excited to head on our journey tomorrow together. So he kind of leaves.
General Tullus, before you leave,
Yes.
if we have a moment of alone time again before the pilgrimage, I would be thankful.
Of course. Kind of looks at everybody. It's not what you think it is. I
It's
understand.
They know it's not. It's
Kind of
okay.
shuts the door and he kind of exits. Pastor Rebel kind of just... Talia, you said you had some questions. Your friends had some questions too. They weren't really asking the right ones. I'm assuming as a common churchgoer yourself.
Oh,
that
Pastor,
you can...
yes. Thank you so much for spending
Gosh.
time with my friends.
Yes.
She's flipped the switch. She's back in front of Pastor. She's happy. She's joyful. We were just so concerned about the pilgrimage and didn't know if there was anything we should bring with us. Are there any
Gosh.
certain items that we need
Yeah,
to look into?
I mean-
Camping gear, sleeping bedrolls.
We're going to provide the food.
Fabulous.
There's going to be natural springs on the way up the mountain that we can kind of get from rivers and everything going on. And we're going to make sure you guys are...
Scribbling in her notes.
You guys are going to make sure you're fed. And we'll bring a few change of clothes just in case some of the, ceremonies get to people really well. They lose control of some of their bodily functions. And
Oh,
it just really touches people in a way sometimes, And so,
Holy shit.
Rockar.
So, I mean, he was talking.
Yes, that's what he meant. We don't have to say that out loud,
I'm
though.
sorry, Pastor.
yeah,
Thank you for
It's all right.
apologizing.
That's all right. We're going to make sure you're clothed, fed. I would recommend a minimal weaponry brought on this trip. That's why the Royal Knight's coming with us. I'm more than happy with you taking whatever you feel comfortable with, but don't be lugging up bags of weapons. We don't want the other people to feel like this is an adventurer's thing. This is for common folk. It's really nice that you guys are joining, but typically adventurers don't come on this journey too much. She kind of smiles. We'll provide the bedrolls and everything. And,
Excellent.
got little tents that we pitch kind of halfway. There's a campsite kind of set up.
Perfect.
I got a lodge, of course, because, I don't sleep in the elements, because I need to really be alone and attune with my savior to make sure I can lead you guys correctly. But there's nice tents on the ridge up top.
Perfect. She claps her hands together and she stands up a little straighter. Then we shall leave you be until tomorrow, Pastor. Thank you for all of your time today.
Bye, Pastor.
Okay.
She
Pleasure.
looks at everybody. Shall we? And she starts to leave, whether you're following her or not.
Yeah. I think we all follow.
You guys all exit
Mm-hmm.
back out into the main church, out to the front steps
Mm-hmm.
of the Church of Purification.
As we're kind of walking, I want to. Mero is going to walk up to Takashi and just grab his hand really quick. And just keep walking with him if he'll allow me to just kind of follow, and I'm going to walk to Zendra and just kind of get them together really quick. And just. Look, I don't really know what's happening. I get confused a lot. But his eyes definitely change colors. Havoc or Powder he's talking like his other self. I don't know. He's being weird. Talia is in there with some random person, probably telling all of us secrets. And only God knows what Rothgar's doing. So I'd just like to make an alliance with you guys.
Can we hear this
If
happening? Are we within earshot?
I'm trying to whisper as best as Mero can.
I've got to be honest, Mero. I don't think even God, if there is one, knows what Rothgar is doing. But as for the other two, I mean, I'm sure Talia has reason for keeping her secrets to herself. And, I mean, I haven't been around Powder that long to know how often Powder's Powder, how often we see Havoc. Maybe the more we get to know him, the more we'll see one or the other.
Well, what about
But you are right about the
eyes. Everybody else saw that?
Clearly saw
Yeah.
it, but
Okay. With
to
that,
be-
Next time, I don't know if I would point it out, though,
Exactly.
necessarily.
This may just be our
No, that's-
experience.
okay.
But this is a learning experience for you too. Always take note of any information you see, but don't freely give it away.
Well, I just scared I was gonna forget it.
It's okay.
Do you have like a
You can always-
pen and paper on you?
From now on,
No.
you can always come to one of us and tell us just to make sure.
I want to reiterate, if stuff does go down and it's just us three versus those three, it's.
Oh, I'm not afraid if that happens.
Okay, I just
If it
want.
makes you feel any better.
I just wanted. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clear that up. Also, we should maybe keep an eye on everybody else, especially Powder. I'm scared. I don't know what the other guy's gonna do. And Talia, I had no clue. And I just feel like she's giving up all of her secrets. She's trying to. I feel like she's like a mole or something. I don't know.
No,
Only time will tell.
I've been close with someone before who shares similar traits. I'll have a talk with her to try to allay your fears and make sure that we're all on the same page.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to bring it. You guys seem like the real leaders of the group, so I just wanted to bring it to you guys. Let you guys know what was up.
Takashi and I can both appreciate that.
Yeah.
Means a lot. Thanks.
Yeah.
What's the current time?
Probably like 11 a.m.
We haven't even made it through lunch yet?
11.
Wow.
42 seconds past.
Now 11:01 a.m.
Thank you. Okay, I don't need minutes.
I need a clock right here.
I'm gonna speak.
Thank you for letting me know. I too was
Yes.
going to speak.
Yeah. We need to meet back at the end. Rather soon.
Sure.
I'd like to talk to you all in private. Would you accompany me?
Yeah.
If you want to talk in private, we can just go, step into the wooded area for a bit. I mean, the inn's gonna have other people, but
Place works too. Wooded area works too.
The wooded area where they said that people were.
we don't
being
need to
demonic?
go in. We just go outside.
I'm just okay.
It's the swamps.
I
You
mean,
get
if you
10
feel-
feet in and you lost.
If you feel more comfortable, we can go to the inn, Talia. I wouldn't want to, make anybody uncomfortable.
I think Lady Clearheart's spire is probably safe.
We don't necessarily. We're gonna have to go back sometime to get the supplies. I don't know if we want to place the extra eyes on her
That's fair.
with us going back and forth and back and forth.
Wherever we go, I just need it to be private.
Yeah, I'm sure we can go to.
Lead the way, Powder. Lead the way.
Snacking on one of those candy bars you talked about over there, Rothgar?
A what?
Just these candy bars that you talked about.
Yeah, they're bars of candy.
It
That
just
checks
sounded
out.
like you were
Checks out.
snacking on one.
No, my mouth gets dry sometimes. My mom used to tell me that I could catch a fly because my mouth would gape open all the time as a baby. That's
Common-
before you know.
Common misconception. You gotta be fast if you want to catch a fly. Can't just leave your mouth open.
Oh, what about the ones made of butter?
What?
Are those harder to catch?
Yeah,
flies
so
made
you
of
said
butter?
you wanted to.
As you guys all make your way back to the inn, presume up to one of your rooms.
Whichever one's kind of the most secluded of them all.
That'd be Zendra's.
Mine's the
We'll go to
biggest.
You guys kind of all make your way in, nestled. It's middays, kind of the streets are busy with people now as the workers are coming and going. The sun is starting to peek out of the clouds a little bit, and the wind's starting to pick up minorly. You kind of hear all the bells kind of stop ringing as everybody's kind of getting on about their day. You know, you feel like their general work week is about to. You see some people start heading down towards the swamps with axes. You see some people heading to the mills.
That hurts me.
You see some people heading to their smiths for the days, their common stores. A bunch of kids going off to a little school, if you will.
I'm gonna pull the curtains kind of closed and make sure the door is locked.
This quiet room.
Investigate the room to make sure there's no. Cool, wonderful. Let's make sure we're not bugged.
No, there's no bugs.
Thank you.
That might be,
Besides the
I mean, if
fly.
you're looking for some, you might find some.
I already checked for bugs,
Friends.
flies, and
I'm
such.
glad. What's status on
I have
bugs?
maggots.
Status?
None.
No,
None.
Not even.
Well, he's not a bug. He's more of a thing.
He doesn't have bugs on him.
No, there's maggots in my stomach.
Okay,
Oh.
all right.
Those aren't bugs. Those are more grubs.
That's fair. Okay. Yep. All right. Let's move on.
So you know those, but you don't know butterflies. Okay.
Oh shoot, that's what you meant.
Oh my.
Is anybody got a good intelligence?
We need. Oh my god.
Between the two, I think a -4.
No.
Let's talk about our pastor there, Lovehart.
Correct.
Lovecraft. The other one is Lady Clearheart.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
Yeah.
Something, at least to me, and it could be my chronic paranoia, is not right here. Last night, whenever you all went to sleep, I snuck out to try to investigate the church.
That's what he said.
I
Wait, he
have.
said that to you?
Yes, he did.
He kind of said it to all of us. We were standing there.
I mean, he told us after the fact. I'm assuming he probably told Talia first. Being
Wait, he told you that he was
Church
he
goer.
was trying to investigate the church, or that he came there and talked to him?
You said that you had something to share with him.
Those are two different things. Two very different things.
Yes. There's been this feeling that I had ever since we entered that something isn't right with him, or something isn't right with that room. Way back whenever we were last all here, all 6 of us, with that demon thing, I had this dream, and it could be easily one of those dreams that are just a dream. However, I had this dream that we all knelt to him, that we entered his church, went into that room of his, went through the secret passage by him pulling a book, and entered this tunnel where, before I could see where exactly we're going, there were jail cells all around. Before I could see what's in there, I eventually did wake up. Something feels amiss to me. Yesterday as well, whenever I was talking with him, unfortunately he was still in his room, he called me Havoc, which, as far as I'm concerned, I've never shared that information with him unless one of you have. But I didn't even think back at that time you guys knew. In addition, whenever we were talking to him, and whenever he looked at me last night, there was his yellow eyes.
They were blue earlier,
I did notice that.
and then they were yellow.
At that time,
Cracked a little bit.
I was a little busy trying to think up a plan and think of what to do. So, Havoc was out, and Zindra, I do apologize that he called you not Zindra. Something feels weird and off, and I bet if we investigate that room, we're gonna find something. However, he's always in that room, from what I can tell. He didn't even, I guess, sleep last night because I left rather late. Something feels off, and I need your guys' help to investigate. And I imagine at 6 p.m. today, if I had to guess based off the clues, they're going to have another one of their famous magic executions. That's at least what I was getting from the whole thing that they were talking about.
So he talked to you that they've caught someone doing magic?
No, it was in that brute's speech. I thought he told us. Thank
He
you.
announced that they were going to do
A spectacle 18 and up,
Mm-hmm.
which to me, don't know what else
Sounds
besides
like an execution, yeah.
an execution it could be. I want, my most important goal that I think is we need to investigate that office. I don't know if any of you believe this or if this is just an extreme thing of paranoia, but I'd like to find a way to at least look into it. What are your guys' thoughts?
I have two thoughts on the matter. Number one, I agree that yes, obviously, I mean, as a member of the church, I would always think something is off or untrustworthy about the pastor. When you've experienced things as I have, you would come to share the same understanding. But so I am agreeing. I think it's worthwhile to at least investigate his office from what you've described. But secondly, from my experience as well, I do not understand why if they were to hold another execution it would only be for 18 and older. Usually they like to indoctrinate the children, especially when they are young, so that they grow up only believing in their way of thinking and no other way.
That's fair. Anybody else?
I don't want to see anybody die. I don't like it. But we want to go on this pilgrimage. I don't know if it's the best idea to start poking around in the church before we even leave. They may not be too inviting if they, find us in there.
I think we should at least hear Powder out. I mean, we could gain some type of information that could help us out on this pilgrimage.
I can be pretty sneaky, and I know Zindra can too. Maybe we just send two of us in.
Talia sits there and then pipes up in a really small voice. You said you had your dream the first night we all met?
Yes, it was around that same night. When I went to bed that night, we were all standing there. We knelt down to the pastor, went into his office, he pulled this book off of his shelf that activated a hidden
Down into
passage.
yeah.
We went through it, we saw jail cells.
Did you see anyone get put in the jail cells?
Unfortunately, no. By the time I saw and woke up, I couldn't see.
Did you see like what the book looked like? The one that he pulled and moved?
Yes, I would remember it by the...
Is it,
Oh, go ahead.
does it like have a title or any significant markings or anything like that?
I don't remember seeing the book completely. I do remember the location of the book, where relatively it was on the shelf. And I can draw you guys where...
Top shelf, middle shelf, bottom shelf.
Top shelf.
So the reason I asked that again is because I might have also had a dream that sounds similar to yours but different.
How so?
Which I thought was really strange, but I didn't think it was that strange because I have weird dreams all the time. Hear voices all the time. And I dreamt about being in a jail cell. And it really scared me. And then somebody handed me something. But then the dream stopped.
A stone?
I think so. Like a Yellowstone.
Did anybody else have a dream like this?
I don't really dream, but like, I've thought about it.
I dreamed that I woke up in a jail cell. I couldn't move or nothing. I don't know if it was that night, but I remember that dream. It kind of sounds familiar.
Question. This is just my own curiosity speaking. Is it common for those of you that can dream to share a dream with other people?
No, not usually. Not unless there's something else involved.
Or if it makes you sound cool.
Or if it makes you sound cool. Rothgar, you're cool enough as it is. You don't have to pretend.
So,
Oh, thank you.
is
You're
everybody agreeable that we need to maybe investigate this office and whatever?
I don't know, because what happens if one of us or two of us gets locked up?
What I would propose is you seem to be the most approachable to the pastor. What if tomorrow, as the congregation or however many pilgrims are leaving on the pilgrimage, you are with the pastor to, help, I guess, keep his focus on you while myself and maybe one other, go and investigate and then try to catch up.
If I may, I also have a plan. Again, while I was away, I started to think of what the best way to go about this was. And if you guys have comments on this, hear me out. The execution is today, and if I had to guess, our pastor is probably going to make some kind of an appearance.
They always do.
So then, if he makes an appearance, that means he is away from his office.
Yeah.
However, he is a bit suspicious of me. I showed again last night that I was there, and he doesn't seem to fully trust me, and he can see past me to some degree, knowing that I also have havoc.
He spoke very highly of you in the few moments that I had with him. He seemed to think you were on the verge of a spiritual awakening.
And I hope that
Conversion
is
to the church.
true. I just don't know if it is. So, here's what I propose. I am going to go to the execution tonight, because if he catches me by his office again, that's not going to mean the best. I propose of Zindra out of us investigating the office. The reason I say that,
I'll go with her. I'm very sneaky.
as much as I'd love that, I'd like a little bit of backup in case something happens. You could go with me.
I can turn into a spider or a rat or a scorpion, and if I need to be a little backup for you.
I have an idea of what I'd like out of you two.
Does it involve being sneaky? Because, like I mentioned before,
We're both
I am very
good
sneaky.
at sneaking.
I know.
Yes.
And so I have a very special mission for you guys.
I hope it's sneaking.
Yeah.
Is it sneaking?
So, there is still a chance that he's in his office. And in
Yeah.
that case, it's not very good for us. We can pull him out, I imagine, a little bit, but not quite. He probably is a little bit defensive of it. Talia, you seem to have some kind of relationship with him.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Not in a way of...
Wait to
Let
see
me
what we
be
get
so
involved
clear
in.
that I've spent my whole life around people from the church. and you learn how to speak to them when you do that. I do not have a relationship with Master Regal in any way, shape, or form.
Fair. But what I mean by that is, out of the 6 of us here, who do you think would get along most with him? Do you really think Marrow or Rothgar can hold a long conversation with him?
As long as the church doesn't come up, I believe Rothgar could have a long conversation.
yeah.
I can't even hold a longsword.
Okay.
That's correct.
So,
Okay.
what I propose is this.
I mean, if we're using that logic, I could probably hold 2 conversations at once.
Talia,
Yes.
if you can find a way to get him out of his office, if he is there, that would be great. You also seem like the one to most have a purpose in going to his office, out of all of us. If you can get whoever's in that office, if he's not in there, for example, someone else is, out of that office, Zindra might be able to sneak in. What I propose is you two, on the other hand, if this doesn't go, we go to plan B, and you two make some kind of distraction out of the church.
We're plan B.
I don't think a
B
distraction...
stands for best.
No, hold on. So,
Just-
General Tolis is not the type of person who will respond very well to a distraction. Because I'm assuming you're meaning magical ones.
Is General Tolis not going to be at the execution
He
tonight?
is, and I'm
assuming he's
pretty
gonna be
certain
the one
Caster's
execution,
going
yeah.
to be there too.
I'm still
I
not
feel
sure if
very
it's an
confident
execution,
about
but
that.
I'm sure if there was, he would be the executioner.
So, if it is an execution,
Maybe let's not do magic around General Tolis.
I did not say anything about magic. They don't have to. Have you met these two? They don't need magic to distract. They are very.
I mean,
Havoc was talking a lot about monkeys. I've been feeling like a very
No,
apish.
no, not yet. We'll do it later.
Hear me out. I'm very good at sneaking.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Oh, I also had another idea about drawing the person out. Whoever's in there, tell them that there is a street corn vendor and there is no line. Because I have never seen somebody not rush to a street corn vendor that has no line. Typically the lines are
Back
humongous.
to it.
You're not wrong
Plan
about
C,
that.
plan
Yeah.
corn.
Plan B.
Plan C for plan corn.
In
I
case-
think we need other people making plans around here.
Okay. Yes. So, however you guys decide to get them away from the office, however you two choose,
Plan corn.
Plan corn.
please attempt it if Talia can't lure them away.
No, well, plan C is part of plan A.
Okay. Yes, I'm gonna leave that to you.
It's A.C.
Okay.
C is still standing for corn in this scenario.
Takashi, on the other hand, if I'm just the only one there and all of us are missing, it's going to look a little bit shady. I would like you to accompany me to...
How are we gonna
execution.
know what's going on if we split up? What?
Well, never mind.
What? Okay.
Never mind.
You seem like you wanted to say something. Okay. It seems a little scary. What happens if something happens to you guys?
Who's Talia? Are you guys going to be like accompanying Talia?
I'm just going to make an appearance tonight at the event, whatever this event is. Just so that he does not think that I am not going to be at his office.
Yeah. How do we know if we need to make a distraction? I mean, I'm always ready.
I feel like they should maybe be with you, not necessarily like right around you, but close enough.
You could do it like a hand signal.
That way, like, if you need them to make a distraction, they will know instead of...
If you have some way to lure whoever's in that office in case that does go awry,
We
out
talked
of there.
about that.
No, that's my point, is Talia will try to bring someone out if there's someone still in the office, and if she's unable to, you can be next to them and relate to them that, you know, oh, maybe they need to walk a bit into the crowd or whatever and cause a distraction.
Hear me out. Are you a good singer?
No.
Okay. Do you know how to play any instruments?
No. I mean, I don't like doing it, but if you press a frog real hard, it does make a certain like note.
So if we get an array of frogs and you kind of push them,
Plan F.
yeah, F for
Frog.
frog.
Okay.
Are distracted.
Okay.
Hear me out. Hear
My
me
only
out.
thing is this.
I was a baritone in the choir. I could
Okay.
sing.
What?
and You
Okay.
could play.
I can turn into a bear.
Do you bears growl?
No turning into animals, please.
Plan B.
B for bear.
Okay.
I love this.
All right. My only problem with that is I don't want Marrow to see the execution. He seemed shook up last time he watched one.
Would he remember if he was a bear?
I would.
You can always
Oh.
turn him around. I'm sure he wouldn't see it then.
I still don't
We
want
could
it
also
to
put him on
happen.
the other side of the church. Wherever the execution is, I imagine is going to be
Talking
next
like
to
I'm
the
not
church.
here.
Yeah.
Wherever it is, he could be on the opposite side.
Mm.
It's up to you. This is the plan I've kind of thought out. However we want to, we can keep talking.
We could have a plan D for destruction and burn a house down.
No.
Don't burn
Do
anyone's
not
house
burn
down.
a house down.
I don't know.
No plan D, please.
In my experience, arson can be a useful tool.
We're still talking.
No
So,
plan
yeah.
D.
Okay.
We have
Takashi,
Let's plan
what would
A
you like to do
according
during
to
this?
the
I will
honorific. So.
accompany you at the
A for arson.
possible
Yeah.
magic
Wonderful.
execution.
Or F for fire.
All right.
Yes.
So
We have-
positions. Me and Takashi are going to be there. Where do we want to place those two?
I
Maybe
still
G
think
could stand for guitar.
I still think that they need to be close to you at least to start.
That's fair.
Maybe if you need to, you send them away from the execution as the distraction. They can.
So we've come up with, preparations for A through Z.
Yep.
Or A through G.
Yep. I want you to pick one.
Does anybody have any preparations for H? Any preparation H?
Can't say I've got any
No.
preparations.
Okay. I want you to choose the plan
Yes, preparation for
that
H.
you think is
Hope-
most successful.
Hope
Plan
A
D.
goes well.
Okay.
So
Keep-
preparation
surprise
H is
me.
hope that A through G go well.
Surprise me.
What are we
I love
hoping-
preparation
What are we looking
H.
to find? We're just going off of dreams.
That's fair. What I want to do is confirm what is in the dream. If there is some kind of hidden pathway down there.
But we won't know what it's
No.
for.
Maybe we can find this list of people too.
Ooh,
While we're
that
in
might
there.
be in his office.
There's myriad reasons to get in there.
Myriad.
Okay.
Being
Who's in?
realistic. Being realistic. It should
I'm
be
in.
not send another person with
Thank you.
Zendra.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be a distraction. I know that I'm good at it. They're mostly magical, but
Please no magic.
No magic. No magic.
they're all magic.
There's ways, I promise, I've seen you. You can do distractions without magic.
It's all magic.
Can you play the frog?
What? He's a magic frog.
Why is he a magic frog?
Because he's got wings.
Yeah.
We're not. Not the freak.
Freagle, baby.
Freagle's baby.
Freagle
Okay.
part 2.
Anyway,
Freagle chicks.
I want
You
to
tell us which plan you want and we'll do it. But
I'll
hear
let
me
you
out.
choose the plan. I
Might we
leave this
I
also-
think
to
he
you.
wants plan A.
Whichever is the least magical.
Well, they're
That's
all magical.
probably
That's
Plan
just-
D.
A good
That's just how we
idea.
do things.
Awesome.
Yeah. D
No.
for destruction. It's D point A. D is for destruction.
Okay.
A is for arson.
Anyway,
So
the
it's
main thing is they are on
the
distraction
least
duty.
magical.
Plan D.
You and
Plan B.
Zenjo would be infiltration duty. Me and Takashi would be there.
I'm infiltrating.
You're going to distract whoever's in that office and try to get them away.
Which building do you want us to burn
I'm
down?
sure that if I put on a nice
go
dress
for the
and did my
church.
hair and brought some wine, that Pastor Regal will go with me to the event. No
that
questions.
sounds wonderful.
Whoa.
I just need whoever's in that office, if it's not Pastor.
Not
To
the
leave.
pastor.
Yeah.
Not in an inappropriate way. In a we're going to an
She's
event
a
kind
legal
of
aid.
way.
Okay.
Are we good?
Oh my
Are we
God.
ready to do
That's
this?
one way to sour the milk.
Alrighty,
Do we
friends.
want to find out what the event is too? We may not even have to worry about getting him out of his office.
What time is it at this time?
Is it like
5:55.
6 p.m.?
Got it.
Stop.
11:56. As our friends, as the clock hits 11:57, I've had a good conversation about a potential plan for a supposed execution or event that goes on later tonight. Wine, Freagles, samurai, death. We're gonna have a break. We will be back in a few moments.
See you in a bit.
Bye, guys.
Welcome back. Right as we left our break, our friends have reached a midway point in their conversation. The day is still yours.
What time is it?
11:58. A minute passed. As the world was frozen, a minute passed. Do with that what you will.
There was some kind of magical anomaly.
We are the main character.
Before we do this, I feel like it is imperative for all of us to lay our cards on the table. Not actually for those of you. But if there is any hidden information that would be very useful in this, you have the room to speak.
It's not actually a freegal. It's a yog.
It's a yog?
It's an eog.
Yog?
Yeah.
I
It's
can't.
the first part. It's an e. It's the first part of an eagle.
I can't
and then
believe
the
you're
last
telling me
part of a
this.
frog.
My world is shattered at
I
this
know.
point.
It's
You telling? I just don't know what to do with this.
Any other serious information?
I'm inconsolable. Don't try.
I'm going to let you deal with that. For the rest of us.
I feel like Talia stands up. She was sitting down. I should probably be a little forward about something, guys. I'm a little more than concerned that General Tollus is here. Because he's a very scary man from Stonespell. And after hearing what Lady Clearheart said about there possibly being a crystal in Mount Apollo, I truly believe that he's not here to just do the pilgrimage.
What do you mean?
I haven't been 150% honest with all of you about what I'm doing. I don't usually travel. I don't know if that's been really obvious.
It has.
Thanks, Zendra. Thank you.
I haven't noticed one bit.
I really... She's trying to think of a good way to share, and she wants to share, but I don't think she's going to share everything, and she just kind of goes, I'm from the church. Like, that's not a lie. Like, I really do come from the Church of Arcanos. And I already knew that there were suspicions of a crystal being under Mount Apollo. And after everything that we've kind of done already and everything we've experienced back in Earthrun and then traveling all the way up to here, and then everything we did with Mordecai, and then lastly everything that Lady Clearheart said, I was supposed to go on Mount Apollo to try and find one of these crystals. And I really think it's important that no matter what we end up doing, that we don't let General Tollus get it, because I do believe that's what he's really here for.
What are you going to do with the crystal?
I don't know yet, because I'm not going to lie to you guys, I was anticipating taking the crystal back to the church, because that's my job.
Which one?
What do you mean?
Which church?
Church of Arcanos. The head church.
He
So,
means
like,
which location.
there's a church in
Stonespell.
Mid-Hollow. Stonespell.
The head of the church.
And who put you on this mission?
The church did. She kind of looks at Zendra and knowingly is saying, I know you're smart, but please don't ask more questions. But she's just kind of saying it with her eyes. She's not saying it with her mouth. I was going to bring that crystal back to the church, and now I'm not entirely sold on that anymore. And it's because of a lot of the things that I witnessed being with you guys. And I'm really struggling with that right now. But that aside, I don't want General Tollus to get his hands on it. I really do think that's what he's here for.
That's a relief, because I thought you told Tollus that I could turn into animals.
No. Oh, you mean when I was in the office with him?
Yeah, why else would you go in the office alone?
I was confronting him because I thought that he was more aware of who I was, which apparently he wasn't, which kind of worked out in the end. But that General Tollus is very dangerous, and he's very well known. He will murder. He will execute anyone
What's
that does magic.
he going to do with the crystal?
I think he will take it back to King Matthias.
In Stonespell?
Yes.
And you don't want him to take it to Matthias?
I don't think so.
So let me get this straight. You want the crystal so you can take it back to a church in Stonespell that reports directly to King Matthias.
Correct.
But you don't want him to have the crystal so he doesn't give it to the king who is in Stonespell.
One of the things that I've started to realize is that even if you're the type of person who might be in control of something or high up on a tier or a rank, I've been very misled by a lot of people, and I've been lied to, and I'm not 100% certain that I want to take the crystal back at all. I'm not really too sure what I want to do with it, but I know in my heart that I don't think General Tollus needs to take it back to the kingdom.
What if we just destroy it? What happens if we destroy the crystal?
I don't know, and I don't know that that's the right answer either.
Would you like it to be taken somewhere for safekeeping?
I think safekeeping would be on with our party.
I would disagree with this, these travels we've been set upon by Mordecai. I feel like it might be better delivered to someone to maybe look into it more and keep it away from those searching for it.
That's the hard part, is that I've realized more and more that how can you really trust somebody else with something like that? And I know where I stand on my moral compass, and I know that I don't feel comfortable handing it off to an authoritative figure that might do something with it.
I'll be completely honest. The way things sound right now, I feel like there's still details you're hiding, and I'm not going to make you share them. However, if you're just going to give it to the church that reports...
I don't think I'm going
She's
to.
saying that was her mission. She
That
does
was what I
not
was
feel as
supposed to
such
do.
anymore.
We have no reason not to trust her. I've known her for a long time. She's a good friend of mine, and she's never done anything, that was like shady or like under the covers or anything like that. She's an upstanding, wonderful lady. I just think that I don't know, but I trust her.
I'll be honest. You saying that makes me trust her a bit less. The fact that she's never done anything.
Well, I mean, if you were under the watch of the church your whole life, don't you think you'd kind of be like tippity toppity? You know what I'm saying?
No, most of them that I know,
Can you swear?
they're the ones who get away with the most.
Can you swear you're not going to do anything with the crystal until we talk? The party does? You're not just going to get your hands on it then suddenly vanish.
Oh. It kind of hits Talia hard, because she doesn't have friends outside of this group, and she didn't think about that, because if you don't have friends, and what does it matter if she sticks around or not, I guess? And she kind of answers a little faster, and she's like, no, I won't just leave. No.
Well,
I can promise that I won't just leave. I don't know what I will do if we get it, but I won't go back to the church right away. There's something very wrong. That the way that these people have acted outside of Stonespell is very different than what I'm used to seeing. There's a lot of questionable things happening.
Not saying you can't be trusted, but until we can figure a plan out, would you feel comfortable with one of us holding on to the crystal?
I think I would.
I'll hold on to it.
Not him.
Why? What did I do?
You didn't do anything wrong, Rothgar. I understand.
Don't you
what they're
think you went
asking.
like the big guy to hold it? It might be heavy.
I have
I
a
think
water. I have a
maybe-
water-resistant bag. You can put it in.
Maybe he's a bit worried you're too big and strong. You would crush it. You know?
I don't think so. I mean, like crystals are hard.
Regardless of who holds
I know
it,
rocks really well.
I think we have a deal then. You're good.
I'm getting really worked up. I'm crying.
Look what you making the nice young lady cry too. I mean, you guys.
Tears of happiness.
Is there anything else that needs to be discussed before we move any further?
I will say going forward, really avoid magic around General Tullus. It made me very anxious to see you guys walk up to him, because I've seen him kill magic users on the street before, and I just was really scared one of you was going to act of your nature.
I'm not good at the no magic thing. I just that's how I exist.
I know.
So, if there is anything that goes wrong, I just will let me know. I'm not very useful without it. I'm actually dead without it. So,
That's fair.
That we'll come back to that. What?
In that case, again, if they're going to be the distraction, maybe keeping them away from the general is the better option.
I can start a fire without magic.
Okay, no, we're not starting
What if-
arson.
What if they weren't the
No,
distraction?
that's plan D. I thought we were
What if
starting
they
with plan
went
A.
in with Zendra? And then that way it's half and half, and the three of us are out here.
Look, I know that it's not, you don't believe us, but I've seen Rothgar. He's pretty sneaky,
Yeah, I'm very sneaky.
especially around
I
rocks.
gotta say that does not help your case, saying the fact that you've seen him be sneaky. If he was really sneaky, you probably
Remember
would
that
have
one
seen
time
him.
in the forest? I did that one thing, we all got away. I just do that. I've been able to do it since I was born. I
Wait.
just kind of do the thing and then it's sneaky.
I think they need more of an explanation, Rothgar. Not everybody. Oh, I'm sorry.
What do you mean? Like they
What's
were
the
there.
one thing that you do?
Well, I do the thing. I kind of just, and then I'm very sneaky. It's hard for people to see me.
Yeah.
Remember? And then you guys all
Yeah.
did it too. Remember? I did that, and then we all kind of disappeared in the woods. And then there was the other time I also did that really hard when they were trying to catch me, and they couldn't.
Let's do this. As much as you two may kid around sometimes, or at least I feel, can you promise me you think this is the best idea?
Oh, yeah, Scout's honor.
Yeah. I'm not even a scout, but sure.
I can't believe I'm saying this. Are we fine with it?
We'll be on our best.
If
Please.
I guess I'll be
I
able
think-
to keep a better eye on him.
I
if
was
they're
gonna say
close.
you could keep an eye on them,
We'll be
and then
good.
they won't be in
As
your
As long as you
promise.
follow my every direction.
To be on our best behavior.
Every direction. You say jump, I'll say okay.
No,
I can't jump.
I just need you to jump. I don't need you to say something. If
Can
I
you
tell
throw
to
me?
jump.
I can throw you.
I can't
Okay.
jump.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
already regretting this.
All right.
Fine.
However,
I will
Thumbnail
take care of
material.
take the lead. I'm going to, my character real quick is going to sketch out the bookshelf from the best of his memory on a paper and show
History shit.
where exactly I think the book is. Would you like me to roll a history
Do
check?
I remember it? I was also in the dream.
Roll history check.
Everybody or
You first.
me first?
I'll also roll just for fun.
Okay.
You got Alex all excited too. Roll just for fun.
Let's have the fun of D&D.
20.
Natural.
16 plus 4.
Dirty.
30, 20.
I got a 6.
It's the second one from the top shelf on the left, and it's in the middle of the left-hand side wall.
So specific. I love it.
I will
Ooh.
write all of that down
Those details.
and draw a picture.
It will be on them to remember it whenever they get in.
I will show
It's
each of
a
them.
It's a really pretty
What was
black.
it?
Then while it's here, let me see if I can just say it correctly. Second from the left side on the very top shelf, and it's in the middle of the left side. Of the
Yes.
office.
So I'm going to show each of them it.
Oh, that's definitely the second from the left side of the top drawer in the middle.
Not the top drawer.
The top shelf in the middle.
Okay.
The second from
Second
the left
from the
side,
left side, top shelf.
in the middle.
In the middle.
As you guys are in the middle
Yeah, they're
of showing
trying.
this picture and this etch, and you guys kind of
Come in.
No.
No.
the key kind of unlocks the door as
I will-
Golian kind of sticks his head in. Oh, hey.
What do you want going in?
Group therapy.
Oh, that's a.
No,
No.
we're just talking about going up on the pilgrimage.
I've walked in on far more things with 6 people that are
Yeah,
far more
I'm sure you
concerning.
have. Go in. Stop
I-
telling lies and just tell us what you're here for.
Golian, offended, looks at the rest of you. I brought your sack from Lady Clearheart. This is what she got from the black market.
No.
There's stuff in
Was
there.
any of it breakable?
You hear some glass clanking around.
Oh.
Is there anything else you requested me? I'm going to be busy for most of the day. The event's going to be going on right outside the church.
Yeah.
Do you have any more details on the event? He wasn't very clear on what it was going to be.
He's gonna be teaching them how to use a sword, right?
No, I mean, for the most part, from what they typically do when they talk about event, like, you know, they've never had this magical item unveiled to the world before, but, like, they'll probably just do a demonstration on, like, an innocent animal or something. No human or anything.
Yeah, I think we're
they'll probably
we might stick out
Like a
Marrow.
spotless lamb.
Stop.
They'll. I mean, it's not gonna be a spotless
Bully it.
lamb. They'll
No.
probably catch a deer or something outside.
Okay.
They'll cast some kind of magical thing on it to make the deer magical in nature, and then they'll show that like this sword has like an ability to, really get home
On a magical thing.
on the magical deer. Yeah, that's why
And
18 over. We don't want
they-
to have kids.
They
with
think
deer.
a deer's the best thing when you could just cut it with a sword anyway.
I mean, they just want to show that like it's gonna penetrate magical defenses.
It's a deer.
But they're gonna magically defend it with like you'll see.
Does the deer?
Pastor Rebel, questionable man, very good at putting on a show.
I'm sure he is.
What
Don't
kind
become
of,
a pastor without
Sorry, Zendra.
being a showman.
What kind of magical item do they use?
Well, they're gonna cast a spell of protection on the deer, giving it a little magical shield that would typically bounce a sword right off of it. But this sword is gonna go right through it, and it's supposed to
You said he puts on a show. Is he going to be at the event?
Yeah, he'll be on the front steps of the church.
And how long do these events usually last?
It really depends on how worked the crowd is going. Fish fry was last night, so I'm sure it's gonna be pretty cut and dry.
missed the fish fry.
And then they usually probably go out to drinks to celebrate afterwards and get everybody ready for the pilgrimage.
It depends. I mean, sometimes because the pilgrimage is tomorrow, pastor might go back in. Pastor, sometimes likes to hang out with his congregation.
All right. Is that all you're here for?
Yeah, no, man.
Okay.
Thank you.
Kind of shuts the door.
Guys, I definitely see my gauntlet of ogre strength in here. I don't know if everyone else's stuff is in here, but my gauntlet of ogre strength is definitely in the sack.
You see a.
It's definitely in the
Write
sack.
it down. Hold on.
You see 6
Crystal balls.
greater healing potions.
Oh.
I'm going to start handing them out to everybody.
You see a brick. It's got 6 holes on the brick, and they're little stones that kind of come out of the little brick.
I want it.
Here, you figure out what to do with that.
Yep.
No.
Can
I see
little
No.
like you kind of as you go and like kind of hold it next to you, all the stones kind of fall out, and you kind of like hear them almost like send a frequency from each stone to the other one as they make really loud noises being right next to each other.
Okay.
I put them all back.
How many are in
I
there?
put them all
6.
back in. Put
Should
them
we all
back
take
in.
one? And then the closer we get to each other, it makes noise. So we
No.
all know where we are.
I'll hold on to them all for now.
No, please. Can I see it?
Oh my gosh, there's like 3 blue ones, 2 purple ones. That's crazy.
You
There's
see
like-
almost the most beautiful thing. I'm there.
Oh my god, it's the most beautiful thing.
You see, wrapped in almost linen, a hand-shaped, almost like gauntlet, if you will.
Oh my God.
Wrapped in linen.
Yep, that's definitely a gauntlet of ogre strength from what I can tell, even though it's wrapped up in linen.
It's a leather gauntlet. But engraved on the inside of it
Aw.
is a little picture, if you will, of you got the Tree of Life symbol from the Orosi family, and then right next to it is a little picture of a dice.
Oh.
What dice?
May I?
To be 12-sided.
May I? As I reach out.
Oh, as I'm putting it on, sure, here's the bag.
Sure. Let's put that aside.
You can see the brick. I just want it back.
I will give the brick back. I'll take the brick. Can I do an Arcana check? See what?
Yeah, sure.
It's pronounced Arcana,
Thank you.
just like the church.
Thank you. But I have a 12.
You can tell his item is magical in nature. You can tell these 6 items are magical in nature. You've seen something like these before. they're sounding stones, if you will. Think about it like if you push it, it sets off an alarm, but only the people who have the other stones can hear that alarm.
It's a good way to make sure we all find each other in a crowd.
If we do,
You can have the brick back. Can we each have one of the stones so we can alert the others if something goes awry?
I don't know what you're talking about. What are those?
Then you won't miss it. So I'll take the marbles and I will hand him back the brick.
Thank you. Put the brick in the waterproof bag.
Put the brick in the
Is there
waterproof
anything else in the
bag.
bag?
And I'll hand each person a marble.
Acid.
Beautiful. Oh.
Everybody has a marble. Everybody has a greater
Okay.
you.
That's it. That's all that's in the bag. Everybody got a potion,
Okay.
a gauntlet, and then our little communication device.
Are we
Fabulous.
Does anybody want this? And I dangle the healing potion.
I'll take it.
Now I'm gonna throw it. Okay.
Are we ready?
Can I have the bag?
We were interrupted. Yeah, she can have the bag.
Can I do an Arcana check on the bag? Just
You sure can.
It's a bag.
It's gonna be an 18 plus 6.
24.
24.
It's a bag of holding.
Son of a.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Wait, I got an idea.
Well done. Well done.
I definitely want to stuck my head in there. So I'm glad I didn't have the bag.
Anybody
Yeah, as
else?
long as your whole body doesn't go in, you're okay.
I know we were distracted with the items. Anybody else have anything they want to say before we begin this?
I say we start our plan.
I promise to be the sneakiest I'll have ever been.
Plan S for sneaky.
Plan as his sneak.
That's not what I thought you said.
Sindra, good luck. Let's do this thing.
As the day carries on, the day quickly turns to night.
Are we just hanging out in the room talking, guys?
No.
Sharing secrets.
He's definitely been playing.
Sandra immediately told you guys to get out of the room.
She had to get ready for her date.
You guys step,
Prepare for the plot.
you guys step out of the inn around 6:07 p.m.
That's so specific.
As everything's kind of in the same square-ish here from the inn to the churches. There's a bunch of different tents being set up from like looking like people are gonna sell some stuff there maybe. Maybe goods, local wares. You see at the top of the stairs, his two purple office cushioning chairs have been pulled out to the front of the front doors, and they're stationed right at the top of the stairs, if you will. As you see many people begin to gather in the crowds and everything, you kind of know. I mean, people are lighting their torches, getting ready for the night. There's about 22 minutes until their showing begins. You guys generally have... Church is always early, okay?
Church is always early.
It's a really odd time though. 6:20 now.
You guys generally have maybe a free action, if you will, to interact. It's crowd packed with people, a bunch of guards around the perimeter. It's a bright night, if you will. The stars are shining rather shiny tonight, as they're letting off some
Stars are
beautiful.
shining rather
I can't say the
shiny.
stars are shining bright and right there, shiny. They're shiny tonight. They're twinkling up in the sky. As they're twinkling up in the sky, roll me a straight d20.
Straight D20.
Not a mom D20.
That is a 9. Is there a check? Okay, 9.
As you guys begin to exit from the inn, Golin's kind of standing at the front. He's just kind of like, is there anything you all need help with tonight, or may I go as I will?
Go have a drink, Gullion.
You know exactly as he barges right in the bar behind you.
It seems, I'm going to talk to our group, it seems as if they have the front guarded. See if there's a back or something.
Oh, I'm
over
sure
here.
they're that bad.
Lady Clearheart also has a little area where she's kind of sitting up on a little almost stone pedestal just so that she can see over the crowd. She's shorter, so she's got a little chair right there, and she's kind of sitting crisscross applesauce, just kind of watching her town kind of walk about.
I'm gonna wave as we pass her.
She does not wave back for obvious reasons.
Yes.
She looks over and she just kind of
You should just start waving. I'm just gonna like quickly elbow and be like, just start waving to random people. This, you know.
Oh. Hello, I'm Rothgar. Hello, I'm Rothgar.
Okay, that's good enough.
Hello, I'm Rothgar.
Gentleman kind of walks up to you. Rothgar.
Hello, I'm Rothgar. Pleasure.
Aaron. Pleasure
Aaron?
to meet you.
What do you do?
I'm town lumber hand.
You do the lumber hand?
I do. I'm one of the lumber hands. All right.
Wow.
I take care of the wood.
Really?
Yes.
There's a lot of it around here.
Aaron, how
There
sneaky
is.
are you?
How sneaky am I?
Yeah.
Personally?
Yeah.
On a scale from 1 to 10?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm too sneaky. I mean, I'm kind of big. Oh, here's my family. As
Well,
his
it was-
wife kind of walks up and
It
his
was
two
nice
kids
to
kind of
meet
walk
family.
up.
Oh,
He
hello.
kinda-
Are you Aaron's family?
Yes.
Sandra?
This is my daughter, Raina.
Daughter,
This is
pleasure to meet you.
kind of just looks up. She's got a little teddy bear in her hand. This is my son, Tiberius.
Oh, Tiberius, pleasure to meet you, chap. And
Tiberius kind of looks up at you and just kind of, they're younger, 7, 6. And the wife is just a 5'2" dwarf. Blonde, kind of short, stockier, if you will.
Yes.
A little
Kind of
girl.
just looks towards you. The girl kind of looks over at you and kind of walks up and first begins to, Mom, it's like my toy. And she kind of holds up a little bunny and kind of just,
Oh my god.
Little girl, that bunny
Kinda-
is not anatomically correct. at
kind of
all.
just goes to like pull your cheek a little bit and just kind
I
of,
let her.
You wearing
It's nice to meet you.
oh my god! Runs and hides behind Dad's leg and Tiberius kind of, you don't gotta be such a bitch about it. Tiberius!
Tiberius, you never use. You never. I don't want to speak in place of your father, but as
Aaron looks towards Tiberius.
yes,
So that kind of
don't
family.
no.
Forgive me. I apologize.
None taken.
Oh my
Aaron,
gosh.
It was nice meeting you.
you
and
have
your
a great
family,
glory
nice-
on your
yeah.
hands.
At least I'm not the weakest boy in my class.
And never mind.
As they begin to fight, if you will, a little bit, the mom kind of gets between the two of them there and just kind of, ah, yes. Oh. It's a pleasure meeting you. I just saying your name, and then I'm sorry about my daughter.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, no, it's a pleasure to meet anyone and everyone. Do you have any friends?
No.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people in the town. I mean, you got the Button family. They're going on the pilgrimage in a few days.
The Button family is?
Yes, the Button family.
Ah, yes.
And the Buttons, if you will.
Do the Buttons know anybody? When I'm new here, so I'm just trying to get a. Do you know anyone else going on the pilgrimage?
The Buttons are an esteemed family of the town. Let me
Really?
tell you what. Let me
Is
tell
the
you.
whole family going?
Yeah.
That's so pleasurable.
Yeah, the mothers and their 2 daughters.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
it's
4 total.
4 total. Yeah.
How big is pilgrimage? Pretty much.
I mean, typically 16 to 20 people. I went last year. Let me tell you what. The perspective that it gives you when you get to the top of the mountain and you sit in the church and
Yeah.
I mean, you see the sky, right? But
Man, you are
you
painting
are
a vivid picture, Aaron.
you are close to dawn fire as it shines upon you.
Is it hot up there?
I mean, yeah, you could say it's a little hot. I mean, but in the presence of our Lord, I mean,
No, absolutely.
I went. I didn't have any sins. Don't think I'm one of those people. All right, no.
No, trust
No
me. We
presumptions.
kill people for
I-
sins.
They do. As he kind of covers his daughter's ears. She hasn't gone to that class yet.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Yeah, they look down upon the sinners very heavily. So I heard.
They do. Never do magic.
Nope.
I don't do magic, Dad.
No. I knew a guy that did magic one time. Trust me, I don't know him anymore. If you know what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. It was lovely meeting you.
Pleasure.
We must be going.
Of course.
Aaron, it was again. Rothgar,
No
pleasure
problem.
to meet
We're
you.
gonna be in the front row. We paid for exclusive tickets.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna be in the back.
We're gonna be about
actually.
10 feet from the front.
The 10 feet.
10 feet from the bottom of the steps.
You guys bring ponchos?
Looks up at the sky. No, we did not.
Oh, I don't know about what the policies are.
Yes, they as being one of the
So you guys pretty rich?
as being one of the highest givers of the town, if you know what I mean.
Hot dog, I didn't know
They
I was in. Wow, you.
They said that my kids could come and watch. I know it's typically 18 eyes and up, but
Yes.
they wanted to make sure that, and we want to make sure that they're raised right.
They only have 4 eyes, so not 18. They know we're close. You have plenty of eyes to spare.
Okay. It's been a pleasure. We must be getting to our seats. Rothgar,
Well, I mean, I don't know why you're interrupting. I'm talking to my friend Aaron.
The girl
here.
kind of pulls on your... Miss,
Yes.
how are you so pretty?
That's just the way God made me, child.
Years of not doing magic.
Kind of looks over at you. So you mean if I do bad, I'm ugly?
Yes, sin is an ugly thing.
You ever seen a witch?
And even in a picture
Long
book.
nose.
Long nose.
You guys.
Very bad
I
skin.
put my church clothes on for this.
Freckles,
I'm gonna-
boils. They have a wide brim hat that it comes kind of like that, like almost the peak of a mountain.
Child, don't listen to him. He is.
Zendros
Of
gonna
the
bend
stories.
down to this girl and be like, "Hey, don't be afraid of them. They're just big, mean men. They don't know what they're saying."
I'm
And
gonna
she's
walk.
gonna reach back in her cloak and seemingly from nowhere just pull out one of the knives that they took. Be like, if you ever see a witch, you can use this.
Yep. You want to go right for the jugular, right here.
Okay.
Yep, good.
Oh no.
Stabs you in the leg. Take a point of piercing damage.
That's
Excellent.
perfect.
Excellent.
That's amazing. That was good contact.
As you kind of raise your hand, she kind of goes to.
Hey, next
Uh-oh.
time if I give you a tip, little lady, when you're into the skin, twist, and then pull.
Alrighty, sweetheart. It's time to. As he kind of picks her up and thank you, kind of takes her and mother grabs the hand of the mother, heads to the front.
Man, the people here are lovely.
Yeah.
What wonderful people. He sits on the front row.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Well, I'm talking
Get
to
to-
people. What is so upsetting to you? The
Rothgar,
ceremony
Please
hasn't
get
even
to your
started.
positions.
The less time we have less time once the ceremony starts.
Hear me out. I'm rubbing elbows with the rich people.
I
If they
understand,
they know I'm
Rothgar.
here, I got an alibi.
Rothgar, we don't care about an alibi, okay? We just need to get in and get out, please.
Maybe
You guys said you would listen.
you haven't said anything about not talking to people.
Talia
Well,
walks
then
over
I'll tell
and
you
slips her
now,
arm.
Rothgar. We need to get moving, okay? The sooner we can get in, the sooner we get out, the less chance we have of anyone knowing we were there.
As minutes begin to pass, you start to watch the crowd pretty orderly get into their seats, almost like stadium-ish seating, if you will. Like little bleachers pulled out, little wooden bleachers, handmade from lumber hands. And you guys see 6 seats up at the very, very top of the middle one, about 30 rows up, all the way up and back. As
We're gonna go up to. I'm assuming. I mean, if they paid for tickets for the front row, I'm assuming there's a ticketer and be like, I think I left my ticket. I had mine and some of my friends' tickets.
Who's
We'll
holding
go back to the inn and get it real quick.
oh no, it's all right. We don't need to miss the.
It's okay. We'll be quick.
We don't need to miss the proceeding. I promise. Please
Hear
go
me out.
ahead.
Dishonesty is almost as bad. And I'm nothing but a good, upright, moral person.
My friend doesn't
And I think
need
right
any more
now
sins
you're
before the
trying
covenant.
to make me stumble, and as someone of the clergy, I don't think that's appropriate. So
It's
we'll
just-
go back and get our tickets. I am so sorry. And turn around and walk away.
Will any of you be sit? I have a few.
I will be sitting.
Beautiful, beautiful.
No, I left my ticket with his. And I
You
walk
should
away.
probably go with him.
Up towards the top.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just make your way. The 3 of you go back towards the inn as probably looking at 7 minutes till the proceeding starts.
We're just gonna slowly start sneaking around the back to try to get in and see if we can find back
Excuse me.
entrance. I'm assuming.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Actually, wait. Didn't you?
I was just
don't
gonna
you know
say-
back entrance because you found the stable?
Stable boy.
Rip.
You coerced the stable boy.
Rip.
It's not gonna be necessarily. It wouldn't be hard to spot the stable from because the church is. The stable is very long. The
I think-
church kind of.
Are we talking about an
Sits.
interaction that happened with a stable boy and somebody that was sneaking into a church?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sneaky McSneakersons. Do you remember?
Was raised, yeah. Yeah, I'm just letting you know where the stable was. It's pretty close to the church.
Oh.
There's a lot of
I
eyes.
don't know if
on
we
the
need to
front
know
of
where the
church.
stable is. We just know that because of the interaction, we know where that there is a back entrance.
Yeah.
So.
I know where we're going.
All right.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth checks.
Before my brothers in Christ do.
No, he's gonna cast me.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay. Where are you doing this at?
We're back at the end.
Not in the
How
presence of
far
anybody.
off would you say you go out of town? Would you say you guys are exiting to the outskirts, which could take a few minutes? I'm just letting you know, you're going to be able to do whatever you're trying to do and get wherever you're trying to get.
We're on that time.
How safe do you want to be?
Very.
Barry?
Very.
I would say you guys probably want to head about... The procession will probably be starting if you want to be very safe and sure of no guard sighting.
Guards aren't gonna be at the procession.
They are.
Already on the list.
Yeah,
But some of them are going to be watching, you know, like, since Nigel is the town, you don't need anybody walking in, you know what I'm saying? You guys would have to head to the outskirts of the town, which would take you about 5 minutes. You guys cast your pass without a trace, and then it would be about 5 minutes to get to the back of the church. So there's going to be no problem getting back there while the procession is still going on.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be as safe, you guys can take a more direct path and all have to roll stealth checks. And not for what you think.
There's such an easy answer here, guys.
We're gonna go back out
That's
of the
not
town
how
a
it's-
little
We're
bit.
gonna go safe.
Yeah.
Zendra?
Time is of the essence.
I do what Zendra says.
Yeah, we're following Zinger's plan.
You know what? Since I'm with some amateurs, we'll play it safe.
Who's he talking about? It's just the three of us.
I don't know.
Okay.
For the sake of brevity, we will get you guys to the back of the church. Just as you will. Kind of exit the town, kind of walk around the outskirts completely with Pass Without a Trace that you cast. You guys can all roll me stealth checks with advantage. The DC is going to be very hard to miss. You'd have to roll a natural 1.
Oh, that's impossible.
Go ahead.
A natural 1.
We have advantage, so.
A 15 plus 10.
Okay.
12 and a 2.
No, that's a 17.
17
A
and
17 plus 18.
Beautiful.
This was 18.
Pass Without a Trace gives plus 10.
Yeah,
so.
18 plus 14.
You guys will make your way, Skyrim Crouch, right around the outskirts of the town.
Yes.
Coming up back through the stable and so right at the back of the church, almost invisibly. Where are you going to try and breach the church from?
The cellar doors.
Perfect. You kind of get to the cellar doors and they obviously have a lock on them.
Cool. I'll lock me.
Go ahead and roll a...
Lockpick.
Sleight of hand.
yes.
Yeah.
Your DC is not very high. You're looking for a 15.
Yeah, I beat that.
Okay. And the chains kind of off as these wooden doors. They don't creak because you open them so quietly.
I'm just,
Pass Without a
I'm
Trace
just
is
barely
right.
lifting it up enough to get us in. We don't need to throw them out.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
As you guys enter down into the stairs. Y'all hitting my screen now? Satan. The devil? You guys do make your way down. There's a hallway right to your left as you guys kind of make your way, crushing through a little bit of a stone wall that's kind of there almost as a ploy, if you will. To the left, there's a staircase that heads straight up along this right wall here. This narrow hallway, maybe 20 feet, 30 feet. There's 3 cells.
Looks like we don't need to remember which book it is. I think we're already past. And, I guess let's go look. I'm going to...
I mean, first, do I do a perception check just to see what do I see in the room?
I think it'd be so much more fun for you guys to get to the cell doors. Essentially, outside of what's in the cells, safe. You're scoping it out really easily. You don't see anything. You're not feeling any magical presence.
With Zinder, we do what Zinder says. I mean, that was part of the rules, so.
Yeah.
I mean, any of you got a torch or something we can light?
I got a bag.
I do have a torch we could light. I'd take it out at night.
I mean, I have dark vision, but I don't know if you guys
Oh yeah, I do.
can see.
I see perfectly fine.
Do you really hit dark vision?
Yeah.
Oh.
Who's got one? Yeah. Oh, okay.
I don't have dark vision, so I'm gonna need the torch.
Yeah.
You light up, if you will.
It's a 4:20 o'clock.
You guys are looking at the cells together, separately.
I'm looking
So
at
there's
cell
3.
2.
Are they all lined up in a row, like 1, 2, 3, or is it like
1, 2, 3.
a wall? Okay. Are they close enough we can see them all, or are they too big for us to see all
You
of
know,
them?
there's a wall. I mean, you guys are kind of standing right here, and so you got this wall down here. This one's probably about 7 feet this way. Then you got a wall.
Okay. So
How
Like
large
all
is
that
the
wall.
corridor?
Oh my gosh.
any direct dimensions? Should I be
8
at
feet
least?
wide, you know.
There's no way we could
If
stand
you said
against
that
the
there
wall
was
and
7
the
feet
wall.
between them, how is the wall?
The hall is 8 feet wide.
He's talking from wall to
Think like
wall.
this room.
Okay.
Okay. So
We
it's
need at least
a-
15
It's
feet
probably
to
around
have
like
a
a
viewing
25
angle.
by 8.
I'm looking at door number 2.
So is it
And
just
no, I
like
would not like to change my
metal bars that are see-through, or is it like a wooden?
They're metal bars.
That are.
They're bars, baby. You can see them.
Is it like a classic prison scene where it's see-through bars, or is it like there's a door with
See-through bars.
Small. Okay.
Classic prison, baby.
Baby.
I mean, I'm just gonna look down the line eventually. I guess might as well start with the close one and then look.
I'm gonna also do exactly what Zindra does.
Sure. In cell 1, you see. First of all, as you light this torch and the room becomes illuminated, quickly you notice like almost 4 nails in the first cell, nailed against the wall. You see some black leathery remains kind of nailed up in an X formation, leg, arm, and a head that kind of goes down. It looks very familiar to a body you've seen. Do you go in the cell?
I'm in number 2. I'm looking at number 2.
So you just skip number 1
I
completely?
skipped number 1.
Just don't enter the cell.
I'm gonna throw one of our Mordecai tokens in there.
I have all of them.
You do?
Yep.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, I have. I am
Do
holding.
you
all
drop
of
a
them.
Mordecai token?
I haven't looked in cell number 1 yet.
I'm just gonna walk over to Marrow. Give me a token, please.
Give
Oh,
me a
yeah.
token.
I give
it
him
to
a token.
Sandra. Yeah, there's your token.
I'm just gonna.
Just drop it. Put some dirt over it.
Exactly. I'll just like kind of put it close to like a wall and kind of put like a stone over it.
Perfect. Door number 2, baby.
What do we see?
In door number 2. Potentially the most horrifying of it all.
No.
Pretty cool.
Empty.
Ah!
Oh my gosh.
Is it really empty or is it an invisible man?
You don't know until you go in it.
Yes, I enter.
You kind of creak the door open as you slowly step in. Begin to feel around. Your hand touches a cold wall. And you make your way to the back wall. And your hand touches another cold wall.
Why is my heart actually
Slowly
racing?
round the back of the wall. And get to the left wall. And as your hand touches it, it feels different. It feels like a colder stone wall.
Oh.
How cold are
I've run out of the room. Terrified right now. I want to let you know I'm feeling actual fear in this moment.
Relock it. Let's go look at the third one. See what we find.
As you guys make your way to the third cell, you see a table that sits in the middle. and almost drawings up on the wall. All the walls are filled with like almost, I'll say for the lack of likening a crayon to, you know, a fantasy world. A crayon, like charcoal-like sketches. You guys enter.
So we only see a table and charcoal sketches. That's all we can see. Do the sketches look... Is there anything we can tell about the sketches from outside the cell? I'll be like, well... Do you guys think we should enter, or do we have enough information about what we came here for?
I mean, I got your back if you want to enter.
I walk in.
You swear up in the stands you hear a creak, you just don't know what. You get to the table, and first of all, it's a map of the world of Arcanos. You see on top of it a few different pages here and there, almost as if they were ripped out of a notebook. Roll me a investigation, Marrow.
4.
You are enamored by this map.
I walk over and look at the map, and with a 19,
You look at this table
I should
and
roll with disadvantage, probably.
begin. Oh, do you have to?
No, I
No.
don't. I said I probably
He
should.
does have a -1 though.
You walk over with an 18 and you begin to look at this table, and you as well see a map. With a bunch of pages scattered around it. You see a few notes, almost entries, almost as if they're dated. One's dated for 3 days ago. One's dated for 5 days ago. And one's dated for 2 weeks ago. Starting with the one 2 weeks ago, I'm going to summarize this so I don't have to read you a whole spiel of things.
It's okay.
No.
You see the entry log, General Tullus. Essentially summarizing concerns he has of a girl that has been, in his words, born from darkness. The one from 7 days, you see General Tullus and Reba Lovecraft.
Wait. Just point of clarification. The first thing you said was the newest or the oldest?
The oldest, 2 weeks.
Okay.
2 weeks ago.
Okay.
7 days ago, you guys see essentially an entry log explaining about how, think about it like a mission report, if you will. Captured the girl right outside of Mount Apollo. Almost as if they're writing this as a letter. Going to run tests to look further into what you have requested. If it is her, we are saved. Period. 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 ...
That's called an ellipses.
There's 4 periods.
Oh, damn.
Still ellipses.
3 days ago, almost frantically, the last entry that you see, Pastor Rebel enters. Subject escaped, comma, left a lot of clues, comma, will be sending guards after her immediately, comma, send General Tullus, just in case she returns to the mountain,
Comma.
period.
I was a run-on sentence.
He was frantically writing.
Oh.
With that being said, as you begin to look around, these charcoal drawings look familiar. Zendra, as I assume you're peering at the wall, as they're kind of doing this, getting a close eye. It almost depicts a lady on a crowned horse on a hill overlooking Earthrun. Sorry, overlooking Rock Shield. You guys kind of see a weird sketch. You can't make out faces of 8 people around the table having dinner. You see a sketch of like a bunch of tents. A sketch of like an etched out portal with a bunch of markings. Perhaps the most incriminating of it all with a 4. Even as you're looking at the table, you're looking at the map and almost stringed together Marrow.
Mm-hmm.
You see strings perfectly aligning your journey from when you got up from the swamp and exited, almost like stringing together, little nails in there. Yours are green, kind of moving back and forth as it leads to Rockshield and then leads back here and it stops at the forest. You see in red string, one from the north, come down through Fayhold, come down through Meth Hollow, to Ebon Coast, to Rockshield, to the forest. See one start from Stone Spell, kind of sporadically go around Clear Meadow, to Myth Hollow, Rockshield, to the forest. See one from Iron Bell, takes you through Wild Tide, exits.
I'm assuming there's 6 of them in total.
How'd you know?
Just using my intuition.
Roll to that.
Give me your intellect.
And as that string kind of goes around the map, you see in pen, almost tainted it, as you kind of gather the 6. From Rockshield down to Casmerian Bay, to Red Fort, back to Rockshield. As you guys begin to look and depict these few things, you begin to hear a noise up in the office. As metal boots begin to start clapping about. What do you do?
It's just in the office currently.
Down the hall, up the stairs, into the office.
Behind the bookshelf still.
We're just getting it started out. We found enough of what we came here. Let's just leave now.
Let's leave. Yeah.
Roll stealth check.
So not with advantage this time.
Oh, do you still pass without trace?
Yeah, that's for an hour.
Does it give advantage as well?
No, it just gives plus 10.
Oh.
That's a nat 20.
17.
With the plus 10? Or?
Yep.
12.
I have a 38 with my nat 20.
You guys were sure that the 2 of you made it out fine and shut the door behind and locked everything back up.
Is it the 2?
You're sure that the 2 of you made it out. But Rothgar accidentally hit his boot on a step on the way out. But you didn't hear any...
He's barefoot. He's a barbarian. Okay.
Take a rock.
Okay. I would never
But you
pick
didn't
off.
hear anybody move frantically from the office. And you kind of are only thinking to yourself, maybe they didn't even hear it. It was so small. You guys put it down. I'm assuming lock it back up the exact same way it was. I'm assuming you begin to make your way to view the procession out front.
I think we should go back through the forest. Like the way we came.
You're still
Yeah.
in the cellar.
No,
They're
outside the
He's
church.
gone?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
okay.
all gone.
Mhm.
You think he somehow slightly touched a pebble?
Okay, I thought he was getting locked in the cellar. It made me really sad.
No.
You guys are leaving town now to go back to Silentville Forest while they're all...
No. I think
You need to-
I think we go back to the procession. No.
No, I think we go back to where
We go
came.
back and
I
just
follow
end up back at
Sandra.
the inn and we stay, and then
Yeah.
that way people can be like,
How-
oh yeah, they were at the inn.
How
We
close
just
to
be like,
vicinity do we need to be for each other's chimes to go off?
Oh, there's none.
Yeah, figure that out.
for our butt to go?
I just follow
The-
Our
Sandra.
chimes.
Oh.
Breaking.
Ascending stones.
I think I need to rely on ascending still.
I still follow you.
Yeah, we're following you.
I'm gonna lead
Just
back.
taking the super safe passage again?
Gonna take a safe passage and we're gonna just end up back at the tower and just be like, I know what I'll say if people ask why we weren't at the procession.
Perfect.
Deal.
Power.
Make your way back around, back through the town, into the inn, going drinking away at the bar.
I'm just gonna sit these guys down and be like, just have a drink.
This is
okay?
probably at 6:37.
Man,
Gonna
we-
start
Again,
drinking.
in
so
and out real
specific.
quick. Look at that.
We're good.
As
Love
we
it.
wind back the clock to 6:29,
Look at this. Timeless.
you guys are in the middle of beginning to take your seats as, it's just getting started. Everybody's getting into their seats. The guards are taking their post on the side. You watch as Pastor Rebel kind of steps out from the church, kind of waves his hand, just all excited, kind of, he even does a curtsy maybe. I don't know. He's excited to be here. General Tullis kind of steps out and bows to the crowd as an uproar of applause begins to go. It takes a few minutes to calm that down. You're probably sitting at 6:32 by the time the procession gets started. As Pastor Rebel stands up, you can tell he's using thaumaturgy to boom his voice. You guys could probably even hear it as you're turning, just running around the town to get back to the inn. Faint voices as his voice booms out, almost like wind that kind of hits you in the face for the three of you that are there. I know we promised you all a show tonight, and I hate to let you down, but our beloved animal has escaped. Off into the woods, we had a nice little deer ready for us, and God, I just want to first of all thank you all for coming out. I understand that this is all on such short notice, but I can't help but ask all of you, who's ready to eat fish tonight? Who's ready to have a fish fry? Who's ready to drink as the crowd begins to get up into an uproar? People begin to stand up, and he begins to rile the crowd up with motivational speech. Perception, all three of you.
Perception or procession?
Boy.
Yeah, 17.
He's pretty good.
Perfect.
I got a 9.
I got a nat 1.
Perfect. Then I need all of you in joint to roll Arcana checks. For those who practice magic, do so with advantage.
God.
With advantage roll, yeah.
I got a 21.
Nat 20.
I got a 17.
So 20 plus 6.
That's every
Sorry, Perception was a nat 1 and Arcana's a nat 20. I want to see how you figure this out.
You're enamored by Pastor Rebel as he's standing there. You're like, I want to be like him, man. He's getting all these people excited about a fish fry. Your perception is off. And as he's getting the crowd going, you guys who have high perception see like a lightning bolt strike far off over the coast. As it kind of hits the water. And you would assume sunlight out. I mean, you're probably 30 miles away, 40 miles away from the coast. You guys all of a sudden, from the right, see a little deer just run into town. And almost like coincidence, Pastor Rebel goes, a gift from the Lord himself! As the deer kind of comes through, a few guards kind of get together, net it real fast, kind of get it ready, pull it up to the stand and everything. Wow. This is a moment. This is a big moment. Let me tell you all, the crown has been working anxiously to get these weapons into each and every one of your hands. As they all kind of hold their weapons up, kind of pitchfork mob mentality, they begin to chant, shout, and cheer. You watch as Pastor Rebel almost so beautifully casts a protection spell over the deer. It kind of gives a blue blanket, if you will, for the entire crowd to see. You kind of watch as the General Tullis draws a way bigger than normal greatsword that sheds with diamond light. A blue sword. Perfect. A blue sword that almost looks like a diamond reflects onto the entire crowd as the starlight so beautifully shimmers off of it. And he kind of gets ready to, and then Pastor Regal, no. It's not right, not like that. He hands him a little dagger. A Euro stone dagger. A little gold stone daggers, and he kind of just... It shatters through, sending a little boom out through the magical shield as you watch it pierce the neck of the young deer and take its life. In this moment, you hear applause and you hear cheering. Pandemonium kind of breaks out. I need a perception check from the three of you once again. This one is very important.
20. Not nat 20.
Dirty 20?
17.
17? 20. 8. You can't get off the sword.
Yeah.
You two, as you're watching, keeping a keen eye on everything else. Notice that our beautiful family down in the front row is missing the daughter. Towards the front, as you swear you're hearing everything happen in this moment, you feel as almost everything freezes around you. A state of panic, anxiety, could it maybe be likened to? As you swear it all freezes, as you see the little girl just approaching the stand. And as she trips, she hits her head right at the bottom step. As the general kind of looks over towards Pastor Rebel, kind of goes, hello? You see the mom quickly from the front row run up forward towards the daughter. As the daughter's head, you can tell it's injured, bleeding, if you will, goes to lay hands on her and heals her. I want to see if they notice. And almost as everything is frozen in place, you kind of look at the general, kind of look over towards, God gave us a gift after all. Steps down. Splits from her torso up the mother as she falls in a bloody mess. Back. It's not a clean kill, like Pastor told you it would be. And as they both stand above the daughter, kind of looks, Pastor, you're right. Do it. Takes his diamond sword, plunges it into the heart of the little kid. As he does, you watch as the blood begins to spill out to the grass and the little bunny is laying right next to it, and its gray nature begins to become blood-soaked. And almost in the snap of a moment, as you two witness this, Talia, not even seeing any of it, everything's back to normal. You watch as the procession continues on. The deer lays dead at the front. And as you look down into the front two seats, you see our friend, the father and the son, kind of looking around, trying to figure out where mother and sister went. As they're confused, they begin to shout their names out into the crowd. And that's where we're going to end session tonight. What?
That's a lot.
It's a lot to take in.
Some
You
of
missed it.
I'm kind of glad I did.
Some of you guys saw some sketches. Some of you guys saw some violence. Some of you guys saw a blessing from God being sent to the main stage. But from really great is with as many questions as there are, probably going to be as many answers next week.
Woo.
Alrighty. Well, unless anybody has anything else, we thank you all for tuning in to this week at Adventures Archive. We love you all. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later, skaters.